We about to turn it on. Turn it. We about to turn it on. Turn it. We about to turn it on. 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 We about to turn it on. Go, 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 go. We about to turn it on.
Hello, Hamora. Hello, everybody. How's it going on out there in your little worlds of... Oh, fuck. Really? We're going to have a fuck problem like that now? All right. Yeah, now I got you back in there, Danny. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you guys had a good week. Rest of your week, good weekend. I know there really wasn't that much sports out there to watch. There was the USFL championship.
Yeah.
No, Danny, it was actually a pretty good game.
I'm sure.
It was a pretty good game. The quarterback from the Birmingham Stallions, he could be a pro in the NFL right now. He could be a starter. Put it this way: if you put him around big guys, tall guys, he's not going to overthrow them. Like, he had a couple throws in that game where he had just over the hands, but this is a receiver that's 5'11", 6 foot, right? Kind of on the short end of the wide receiver. But the game was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I mean, it was like almost like all right, football's right here. You know, NFL's coming.
So I might as well just watch this.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Yeah, and it was Birmingham Stallions versus the Philadelphia Stars. Well, fuck Philly, so, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Rightfully so.
You know, a lot of people out there are like,
How dare you?
say that about Philly. But look, they're about to potentially win the division out from us, and they had a great draft. So
I get it, but I wouldn't go that far, my guy. I really wouldn't. They got a, what, second-year QB, third-year QB? Let's pump the brakes on that a little bit.
All right, so we're going to kick right off as we usually do. We're going to lead right with the MLB, the hottest sport out right now, the only one with action besides the USFL. So, Danny, you want to hit us with the NL standings if you can, sir?
Sure. There are some games going on at the moment, but currently the Brewers are in first in the Central. They're 47-36. They have a 3-game lead over the Cardinals. They are 44-39. The Pirates 33-47. Cubs 33-48. The Reds 28-52. In the East, the Mets are still in first. They're 50-31. They got a 2.5-game lead up on Atlanta. They're 48-34. Phillies are 43-38. The Marlins are 39-40, and the Nationals are 29-54. In the West, the Dodgers are 51-29. They got a 5.5-game lead on the Padres. They're 47-36. Giants are 40-39. Diamondbacks 37-44, and the Rockies are 35-46.
We've been tricked. We've been backstabbed. And we've been quite possibly bamboozled.
Yeah, well, that's me every year when it comes to the Rockies.
But you should expect this. Because I get it. You have a glimmer of hope in the beginning of the year because, yes, it's a clean slate. Yes, anything can happen. But you guys aren't going to be good for a while. And to spend the money y'all did on fucking Chris Bryant, for what?
Yeah, but you know why?
Y'all really think you're going to compete? Oh, they thought they'd be able to compete for that third wild card. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
I mean, at this point, Danny, all right, look, if you're talking to a Rockies fan, it's literally like you said, it's a fresh start. All right, anything can happen because it's such a long season of baseball. You know what I mean? If we go through the 60 games real quick, right, and we're 45-15 at the maximum, most likely we're gonna make the playoffs. Now, do I mean, are we gonna beat everybody else in the West? No, it's not gonna happen. And if you don't see it, then You're just blind. All right, so what do we have now?
American League.
The American League. America! All right, the Yankees, 58-23. Red Sox, 45-36. The Red Sox have turned their season around.
They've been playing a lot better
They're
over the
playing
last month and a half.
100% a lot better. The Rays, 44-37. Blue Jays, 44-38. The Orioles, 38-44. Guys, I'm sorry. Can we just... We got to give some credit to the Orioles. You know what I mean? Their first winning month since 2017, right? Then you got them. They're only 6 games from 500.
It still don't. It don't mean anything.
Yeah, but if you're an Orioles fan, you know you're.
Yeah,
Baby!
That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
You have to be. I'm sorry. If 38-44, that's probably their best pace in what, 4 years? 4 or 5 years?
Maybe.
If you're an Orioles fan, you're just hoping, yo, come on, finish 500. So then, I like, it's almost like you're getting the overview of the entire team.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to see where your strengths are and where your true weaknesses are after this season. If you can just stay in this realm of 500, then you're absolutely going to know, okay, he's got to go, he's got to go, he's got to stay, and we're where we need to address acquisitions.
Yeah.
The Twins just chugging along 47-37. I'm very surprised. I was not expecting this. I mean, not to say that there isn't a collapse in their future or that it can happen or that it could happen. Yes, 100% it can. But overall, they're playing really good ball. And so are the Cleveland Indians, Guardians, whatever the fuck you want to call them.
Yeah.
They're 40-40. They're 5 games back. The White Sox, I'm sorry, at this point are an actual... It's...
We've been tricked. We've been backstabbed. And we've been quite possibly bamboozled.
Like, me and you both had them coming out of the Central and quite easily taking that division, right? Just
maybe not easily, but I mean, I definitely had them taking.
It was their division to lose. That's what we would have said before the season started.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, maybe the Twins, like we said, we didn't see them being where they're at right now, right? But I expected at least the White Sox to be at least where the Twins are at 47-37, maybe 46-39, but somewhere in that ballpark.
I would have had them pegged a little bit closer to a 500 record, but still right there at the top.
I mean, all right, now we'll move on to this, the Detroit Tigers, 34-47. They're just fucking laughing stock. The Royals, 29-15. Oh, no, 29-50, I should say. All right, we'll move to the West. The Astros, 53-27. I'm sorry, the best team in baseball right now.
Yeah.
They're the best team in baseball.
They are. Yeah.
The Mariners, 41-42. They're 13.5 back. You were talking about, I think, last week, or was it 2 weeks ago?
I think
for
the last 2 weeks I've been talking about them because I've been watching them a lot more lately. They've won, from last time I checked, they've won like, I don't know, I think it was like...
They've won out of their last 10, 7-3.
But overall, over the last, they've won like 15 of their last like 19 or 21 or something like that. They've been one of the hotter teams in baseball over the last 2-3 weeks.
All right, well, they're 20-20 at home and 21-22 away. I mean, if they can keep this pace, you're essentially just fighting with the Red Sox, the Rays, and the Blue Jays.
For that third wild card.
Yeah. I mean...
they're not going to jump all those teams and get the second... I mean, I don't see it happening, them jumping to get that second wild card. But, I mean, it depends on how the other 3 teams play in the second half.
I mean, the Rangers, 37-42... They're doing a little bit better than I would have expected.
They're not doing as good as I thought with all the money that they spent on Marcus Semien and Corey Seager.
Yeah, but I expect by at least next year, they're going to add more pieces. So for them to be 5 games under 500 right now, maybe they finish the season off maybe 5-10 games above 500. That's a stretch. They'd have to play a lot better ball going down the stretch. But I'd be happy with it. As a Rangers fan, it's like, okay, we're getting better. The objective here is to not have this good year and then have a worse year next year.
Yeah, but you, and essentially with the money that you spent, granted, there was no way they were going to overtake the Astros in that division. But essentially, the money that they've spent coming into this year, you would like to be right where the Mariners are at, 41 and 42,
Yeah.
and they're off the mark by about 5 or 6 games,
And then, the fucking Angels.
or maybe 4.
37 and 45. They looked fucking awesome with the first 20 games. 25 games.
Something like that.
Now they're
They're dead in the water.
I mean, I think they're relatively 500 since the firing of Joe Madden.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe a game or two off.
I mean,
They're done. I don't see it.
I don't see. I didn't understand. We went over it, but I still don't understand the firing. He's been in the league for so long. He's won World Series titles. Give him the benefit of the doubt to try to turn his fucking team around.
Well, there definitely had to have been some other issues going on, most likely within that locker room. Maybe they feel as though the connection between him and the players was gone. It was.
I suppose that could be true. All right, so the Athletics, 28 and 55.
They're the laughing stock of the league. They barely draw in 3,000 fans a night. Their AAA team is playing better and gets a higher attendance record.
Well, look, if they were just transparent and said to us,
Now, let me be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
we would all understand. That's all you have to say. And we would get it. All right, look, you guys are fucking morons. You guys don't know what you're doing. Either you got to sell, move this and this, or, for the life of me, I didn't understand the fire sale. That's something. Fucking, they put up a garage sale sign at fucking Ricky Henderson Field.
Well, whatever else they have left, they're gonna trade it at the deadline this year for sure. Frankie Montas, and I think he's their last real solid chip that they have.
So they're just gonna literally tear down everything.
100%. Now watch them tear down like they've been doing this year and last year, and then watch them I'm not saying reload, because we know that they don't spend money on top tier free agents. But let's just say going into next year, now they win 90 games next year, because we see this happen. They'll tear down, they'll go into the next year, and they'll somehow win 85, 90 games with a roster that you're like, who the fuck they got? I've seen it before. I mean, granted,
Excuse me. I mean, they could be doing something. They could be doing something really sneaky right now. And what came in my mind right now is they have the fire sale now with their at least manageable cap, right? Somewhere in the middle of the league, right? You have a whole big section to sign players, right? And then you get the opportunity to bring up a shit ton of players as well through your farm system and actually see what these guys got while still having money to blow for years to come. Fuck.
Yeah.
You stupid.
I know. A goddamn mosquito must have bit my ass.
Yeah. It's they're done. Well, they've been done.
Well, yeah, they've been done. I mean, but last year, before this, off season that hit, where they just were like, "Hey, everybody, get the fuck out." They at least were a pretty good team 2 years ago. They were competing in the American League.
Yeah.
So it all depends on what the fuck they're doing. I mean, it's all up to them. But the way it's looking, and like the way it's looking to the fans, like they're like, oh,
Congratulations, you played yourself.
you thought I was gonna come pay money to watch that piece of shit? Fuck you. There's no way.
No.
That's Oakland, right? I could take a 20-minute ride and go see the Giants, who are actually good.
Pay money to see that.
Right?
Oh, I mean,
Well, think about it. If you lived in Oakland, right, and you were an Oakland Athletics fan, and they had
3 years ago, the A's were 97 and 65.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They were almost
They were almost a 100-win team.
with like,
And then what did they do last year?
I don't know, but I think last year was bad, and then 2020 you had the COVID.
Yeah, but nobody counts that.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I didn't even watch it that season. Even though it was interesting, would they play 120 games?
What, in the COVID?
Uh-huh.
No, it was only 60.
Oh, that's why would that's not even worth it. They should have played 100.
Because with everything going on. Yeah, I love how my internet just does not want to fucking work. Like, you're not running anything else. There's like, I fucking hate technology at times.
Daddy, chill.
Relax, Dave. What you trying to do?
I was trying to pull up their standings from last year, but it just
Just use
froze
your
on
phone.
the page.
That's what I've been doing.
Kinda too far. It's not exactly in arm's reach.
I got 2 phones, one for the plug and one for the road. So go grab it real quick, motherfucker. I can talk. They may not like listening to me talk, but god damn it, they will hear me. All right, so I mean, when's the deadline? July 19th?
August 2nd.
August 2nd?
August 2nd, yep. They
August-
pushed it back a couple days.
August 2nd, and the All-Star break is what? July 18th, 16th, or 18th?
I think it's the 14th to the 16th or 17th.
Okay. Wow, so that leaves almost 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah. Not a lot of time.
No, there's a lot of time. You have. Oh no. Oh
There's
shit.
not a lot of time.
Oh fuck. I'm sorry. I'm still in June, guys. I'm so sorry.
So last year the Athletics were 86 and 76.
So for the past 2 weeks before this season, the last 2 seasons were good seasons.
Yeah, outside of the pandemic year, yeah.
Yeah. So you don't even count that. That's 60 games. You know. So. I mean, they were pretty good, but that's what didn't make sense to me. Why? It's like, all right, you went 90, then we had 85, COVID hit. Who fucking cares? You know, everybody's taking a hit, right? Come back the next year and you're like, oh, everybody get the fuck out.
Because a lot of those guys were gonna require bigger contracts, and there was no way that they're doing that. They've never been the ones to do that.
No, because they could fucking just hit themselves with a mortar shell and their whole fucking team. Like, that's even when they had Billy Bean, and they knew it. All right, we have these guys.
They still have Billy Bean.
Do they?
Yeah.
I thought he
He's
went to
still-
another team.
He's still in Oakland.
Well, fucking damn. I feel bad for him. He must be fucking
I'm Pickle Rick!
to Oakland. But that owner's got to fucking help him. Yeah, their cap has increased. I mean, it has since the money ball. Their
Yeah,
cap
he's
has
still-
went up. So maybe they have something big planned. I don't know. I mean, if Billy Bean is still there, then I wouldn't put it past them to do some crazy shit. Is that fucking guy still there with him too?
Who?
The assistant.
No, they're all on different teams and shit now.
He's executive vice president of the Oakland Athletics.
Yeah.
Why is he doing shit like that? Why isn't he still the GM and doing what he does best?
I don't know.
I mean, he definitely got power now where he could tell the GM you could suck ass. You know what I mean? You're getting that guy instead of this guy. All right,
Yeah.
so you lead us off with these NL trades. We'll start with the NL East, and we're only going to do the top 2 teams from each division, people. Okay? So you're going to get the Mets, Braves.
No, you're gonna get the three division leaders, and then you're gonna get the three teams that are in the wild card race. So 6 teams from each side.
All right, I didn't do it. I did top 2 from each division.
I mean, the
That's
White
all right.
Sox.
It's gonna translate its way anyway.
I guess. I mean, if the White Sox are in second place, I don't think they have a shot at a wild card. But okay. So for the Mets, it is definitely no mistake in that they need another bat. They need bullpen, and they need starting pitching. Despite Scherzer coming back last night,
It looked good.
he did. You're still waiting for DeGrom. You don't know exactly what you're going to get out of him. Granted, his first rehab start, he looked really good. But you got to add another starting pitcher for depth because even outside them two, the rotation has been hit with some injuries. Carrasco with a back. Tyler with, I don't know, right shoulder tightness or whatever it was. And honestly, Walker's a red flag. Well, not a red flag, but he's potentially a question mark. He's having the same kind of year he had last year. A really good, dominant first half, but he had a shitty second half last year. Is he going to repeat what he did last year? We don't know. So I would go add one of these starting pitchers that are out there. There's not too many.
It's pretty. You got Luis Castillo out there from the Reds.
Yeah, but they're gonna want higher tier prospects. And if I'm the Mets, I don't care what you do to bring in anybody. You can't.
We argue about this every week.
Yes,
So let's just keep it.
DJ.
Let's just keep it simple. Let's keep
No,
it
but
simple.
You can't give up those top tier prospects in the middle of a season for a 1-year rental.
I
Or not
wasn't
even
saying that.
rental.
I wasn't saying that. I was trying to fucking put. Look, it was a fucking.
There's a misinput. Calm down. You calm the fuck down. There's a misinput. Oh my fucking god.
I didn't want to go through the whole fucking giving up the prospects again. I understand that. I would say right now, that was the first guy on my list, Luis Castillo, right? Castillo. You got Zach Greinke.
No way.
He's
done.
You got
He's
Wade.
washed
You got Wade Miley from the Cubs. You have Mike Minor from the Reds. Also, you have Frankie Montez from the Athletics. You may be now, depending on how good he is, you still may be able to get him for cheap because Oakland is in that fire sale, like we just said. So you may not have to give up prospects.
You're gonna have to give up some kind of prospects, but you're not gonna be giving up you shouldn't be giving up the top tier guys.
Yeah, Michael Pineda from the Tigers, Jose Quintana from the Pirates, Martin Perez from the Rangers.
Yeah, you got Dylan Cease from the White Sox, Pablo Lopez from the Marlins. Granted, the White Sox are kind of still in it, but we'll see where they are come August 2nd. If they fall back a little bit farther down, they might be willing to get rid of some of those guys.
Well, you got Drew Smiley also from the Cubs. So there's a pool of starting pitchers out there.
You got Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly from Arizona.
Now,
So
I know you think Greinke is done. I mean,
he's done.
but he stays healthy.
Doesn't matter if he stays healthy. He's getting fucking
At the
shit.
fucking position the Mets are in right now, the way the fucking pitching is going,
Dude,
why not have
he's
somebody
getting,
healthy?
He's getting lit up damn near every fucking night. He just got lit up by the Astros the other night.
It's Houston.
It doesn't matter. He's not someone I want to give up prospects for and then have him in the rotation and throw him out there in a fucking playoff game and he gets fucking shell shocked. He gets fucking lit up. It's not worth it.
All right, he is having not so good of a year. All right, my bad. I am.
You stupid.
Sorry. But there is other guys out there. Like I understand. I would say Luis Castillo is probably the best on this list. But they're gonna want a hand and a fist for him.
And that's not happening.
It's not happening. I wouldn't, like you said, middle of the season. I'm not giving you one of my prospects. There's no way I'm giving you Marani Mauricio or what's his name, Alvarez.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I mean, you can get a prospect, but it ain't gonna be one of them guys. I'm sorry, it's just not gonna happen. So, is it fair to say that the Mets don't even go starting pitching? They'll probably go reliever and a bat.
Well, if you're gonna go the way of getting a reliever and getting a bat, you got to get more than one reliever. You got to go out there and try and get at least two or three guys, because you don't know. You don't know how DeGrom's gonna be when he comes back. Obviously, Scherzer looks fine, like he never left. You know, Bassett, when he comes back, he's on the IL, but it's a COVID related issue. So physically, he's fine.
Okay, there's two teams they can make a deal with to get two relievers, right? That is, fuck, I just had it. One of them is the Tigers and the Diamondbacks.
There's a plethora of guys out there. Like I wrote down a couple last night, but then there's just so many guys that you could pick and choose from all across the league. There's just too many to write down. But
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, I just wrote down 30 names, right? I got 30 names down here, and they're all different positions, right? And so the reason why you said, if you're gonna do that, you want multiple relief pitchers to make it easier. If you got the Diamondbacks, they have Ian Kennedy. Oh no, fuck me. I misread that. All right, the Tigers, Mike Fulmer, relief pitcher, and then Andrew Chafin from the Tigers.
he's a name I've been hearing a lot lately. But
So, two guys, maybe depending on how they work it. At least you're getting two, and you're only dealing with one team instead of you got to talk to this guy and then this guy and then.
no, but here's the thing. Outside, not even all right. So if we look at all the teams that are in contention right now, everybody's going to be looking for bullpen help. So these guys are not just going to come necessarily easy. And if they're having a quote unquote good year or an all-star season, they're going to come at a little bit more of a premium. I'm not saying top tier prospects, but mid-level prospects definitely. And I don't know. I don't know what they do.
I think they're gonna go relief and a bat.
Not too many good bats available, honestly. I mean, there are some guys out there, but they're definitely not top tier names.
Nelson
that's
Cruz.
for sure. Yeah, but he's old, man.
Yeah, but DH, just DH. Now that all right, if it was still National League, last year where it's the pitcher bats, no, obviously that's a dumb move.
I get that,
Where's
but
he gonna fit in?
he doesn't have the bat speed that he used to have. I mean, yes, ideally, if you are in the playoffs, he doesn't. He's got a good track record in the postseason, so that's a nice veteran bat to have. But I'm not giving up prospects for a fucking 40, 41-year-old outfielder. I'm not. No, I get it, the DH, but no, I just.
Who's your second baseman?
Jeff McNeil. I'd rather see them go after someone like Adolis Garcia from Texas, Cole Calhoun from Texas, Anthony Santander, whatever.
What about Adam Frazier from the Mariners?
They're not moving any infielders. It's gonna either be an outfielder / DH, or a first baseman.
All right, then why not Ian Kennedy from the Diamondbacks? That's a right fielder. He probably could play left, and then you get the relief pitcher Mark Melancon.
Melanson.
Melanson? Oh, I thought it was Melancon.
And I think Ian Kennedy's a pitcher, my guy. But
No, he's a right
I like
fielder.
honestly.
Or maybe I miswrote it. Fuck me, I'm.
You stupid.
I like C.J. Cron. He's a first baseman for the Rockies. I would, that's a nice bet I'd like to see. You guys spent money on him for no reason, and you guys spent money on
Fuck
Chris
you.
Bryant for no reason. So, just give him up, get rid of him. Ryan Mountcastle, Christian Walker from Arizona, Nathaniel Lowe from Texas, Jared Walsh from the Angels, Andrew Benintendi from the Royals, Jorge Soler from the Marlins. So there's a couple of decent bats out there that could be had.
All right. I mean, we got about roughly 3-4 weeks.
I would say 4 weeks.
Nah, because if it's July 8th,
It's only the 6th.
6th.
So it's early enough where, it's still a month away.
Yeah, but don't you think these moves are going to start to happen soon, within a week or two? Most
No,
likely,
not
most likely, we're going to see moves during the All Star break.
no. I don't think so. I would say probably that the week beginning of the 16th and 17th. That last week or two before the end of the month.
Mm. All right,
Because
so who else do you have on your list? Atlanta.
well, the Dodgers are in first in the West. They
Uh,
need bullpen and starting pitching. Walker Bueller's on a 60-day IL, and I was looking at their roster last night. Some other guys are on the IL as well. Their offense is fine, but you can never have too much pitching. So, you know, I don't think they're going to be in the market for one of those top tier guys, but
they'll probably make something happen. Just they've been a smart organization for what, the past 10 plus years.
they,
They'll do something to benefit them.
like when they went out and they got Tyler Anderson from the Pirates, I think it was last year. That's the kind of move I can see them going. I can see them doing. So maybe someone like a Pablo Lopez or maybe like a Zach Gallen from Arizona, a move like that.
All right.
But I think they're definitely going to be in the market for one of the top tier relievers out there for sure.
Yeah, just with their appeal of, hey, we're going to the playoffs. Would you rather come here where you can get that deal done? Is where like a player be like, I don't want to go there.
Not even just that, but they're going to load up on bullpen arms.
Yeah, because Kershaw's not who he was, and I mean, Bauer being out for the past now it's going to be 3 years in total. That doesn't help them either because that was a good pitcher in the lineup.
The Brewers, if if they're going to maintain their lead atop the division, they need reinforcements, and I think they need reinforcements all across the board. Starting pitching, bullpen, they need a bat. I was looking at their overall numbers. Their top guys with average home runs and shit like that. They need help all across the board. I mean, granted, yes, they are in first, but if this team stays the way that it does, and if the Cardinals get hot, they're not going to be able to slow down the Cardinals because the Cardinals are a much better team, and they're just not playing how they should. The wild card teams: Atlanta, San Diego, and Philly. Well, Atlanta is essentially the same team as it was last year, but some more bullpen arms wouldn't hurt. San Diego, they're 2-8 in their last 10. I feel like they need a little bit of everything. Um, I mean, I don't think they're going to be in the market for one of those top tier pitchers, but one of the top tier relievers, definitely. I can see them definitely going after a bat. They could be a team that potentially could be in on Wilson Contreras from the Cubs. Now, granted, they have what's his name, Jorge Alfaro or whatever his name is.
I have no idea.
But I mean, Contreras would be an upgrade. But a couple of these teams that on this list could use him. So, Philly.
Yeah, but I think the Padres are at least a good enough team to make the playoffs and could make a run, especially if Tatis comes back.
That's a big if.
Yeah, but that's late in the year too. It's giving him more time.
Yeah,
All right,
but
we get past the first 2 rounds. If you
granted, that's more time, so he's healthy. But I mean, he hasn't had any reps. He's gonna need some time to get his bats, and every player is different. Some players they can get a few at bats in 1 or 2 minor league games, and then they're ready to go. Some guys they don't.
look,
it takes them a little bit longer.
if they say he's that good, then show me.
Yeah, I still don't see that happening. I still say that's a big if.
Look at O'Neal. What's his the Pittsburgh O'Neals. O'Neal from Pittsburgh. They put him in the minors, and he was so pissed off. He was hitting home runs and wasn't even celebrating them. He was fucking throwing his bat down like, why am I here? Ken Griffey. Now Ken Griffey's a goddamn exception. We know that. Ken Griffey is.
Like I said, everybody's different, D. Every guy needs, more time, less time. Not every guy is going to be ready right then and there.
I get it. Doesn't mean he can't step in and pinch hit. Why wouldn't you, if he's healthy, why wouldn't you, if you're going into the playoffs, why wouldn't you add him to your playoff roster?
Because I don't know what I'm going to get out of him. And I'd rather, if I'm the Padres, I'd rather go out and get a bat that, on a 1-year rental, someone that I'm not going to give up a lot of prospects for. And
Nelson Cruz.
there's one, the plethora of other guys that I mentioned.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
and the Phillies, they're tied with St. Louis right now for that third wild card spot. Granted, Bryce Harper is expected to be back at some point this season. They haven't given it a timestamp.
But didn't he get surgery on the thumb?
Yeah, it's already done. But he said he will be back. But they definitely need some arms in that rotation and in that bullpen. Their top of their rotation is, from what I can see, is fine.
I don't see. Just being honest, I don't see Philly even doing anything. For one,
No.
they fired their head coach. Yeah, they're playing better. Your best player, your MVP from last year, breaks his thumb, is probably going to be out realistically 2 months, right?
I think he'll be back a little after the All-Star break. I think he'll be back mid-August.
It's almost 2 months.
Maybe less.
It's almost 2 months. Pretty much 2 months. Yeah, relatively within that time frame, right? So 2 months. Can Philly sustain its winning?
That's why they're gonna have to go out and get a bat, because if they stay right where they're at come the deadline, if I'm an owner of a team, if I'm a GM of a team, granted, if I'm in contention at the trade deadline, I make moves to try to keep this team in the hunt.
Yeah, but I think the reason why I'm saying it, it's just going to add more problems to the offseason. Now you got to find a coach. Now these guys that you traded for your rentals, now you got to figure out if you're going to keep them or ship them.
But the rentals are already gone because you're only getting them for the rest of this season. So they're walking at the end of the year. So if you're not giving up a lot for it, it doesn't matter. And then you go into the off season, you reload.
You're still behind the 8 ball.
Well, you're behind the 8 ball right now. So, you're in contention.
Okay, for the sake of it, look at what the Mets did last year at the deadline, right?
They did shit.
No, but they tried and they attempted at it, right? And it didn't work, right? And they had to spend a lot of money on Baez and all these other players, and they walked.
Well, they didn't spend money on him, but the prospect that they gave up in that Baez deal is I think he's definitely going to be something for sure.
Yeah, but Baez is something right now at least.
No, he's not. He's having a shit year in Detroit. He's hitting like under 200.
He's in Detroit.
It doesn't matter. If he's as good as people say he's supposed to be, where you go shouldn't fucking matter.
Yeah, but still, the Mets.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Why would Philly want to do the same thing? I would say if they were literally, Danny, they were ahead of Atlanta, right? And they were having a little bit better of a year. Okay, I could see the justification in that. They're probably barely holding on to that wild card spot, bro.
Well, like I said, they're tied with the Cardinals because the Cardinals aren't playing that great.
Okay, but the Cardinals are a way better team than Philly is.
And Philly's been playing better since they fired Girardi. And like I said, if your team is in contention, you'd be stupid to not at least try to make 1 or 2 moves. Even if you go out there and get one of those lower tier bats like a Trey Mancini, and you go and get a relief pitcher, you're giving it a shot. Mancini walks after this year, it's not a big deal. And you still have the team that you have going into next year. And then you reload. Harper's healthy, give it,
All right,
next year is next year.
Then just agree to disagree then.
I guess.
All right, so we'll move on to the AL. I have the Yankees, their needs: outfielder, shortstop, and relief pitcher. So I'm just going to name the possibility, like, hypotheticals I see them going for. Jose Iglesias, Ian Kennedy, and Mark McLean, whatever the fuck his name is. Boston, a first base, a starting pitcher, and relief pitchers. So I have. This is just when I was doing it last night. I was like, could be a good move. These moves for them. Josh Bell at first base. You trade for Zach Greinke. I know. Look, just hear me out. The reason before I looked it up last night, I know he's on his last leg of his career, right? So you're gonna get him in a rental, right? Now he's in Boston. He may play better with the competition that he has around him, right? When you're playing in fucking Kansas City, bro, it does something to you. That's like the equivalent of fucking Detroit for the NFL.
I get that, but still, this guy is way past giving you anything good in return.
All right.
There's a plethora of other guys that they could take a shot on, and throw him at the back end of the rotation and score better.
I meant him to be a starting pitcher, help their rotation, be the back end of the rotation, right? And then they would acquire David Robinson from the Cubs, the relief pitcher, right? So those were like three. You know, I just went to three needs and then three players. So then the Twins, they need a third baseman, starting pitcher, and a relief pitcher. I went Mike Moustakas, just a bat, Luis Castillo, and Andrew Chafin. I think that's pretty good for the Twins. I think you get another pitcher. Your mic is fucking up, and then you get
there's not if I push it all the way, and then I'm only gonna hear you on one side, or it might just cut dead.
And then you're getting a decent reliever in Andrew Chafin. So I think it'll benefit them to make a move like that. The Indians, they need a right fielder, relief pitcher, and a first baseman. So Mitch Hanger, Michael Fulmer, and Christian Walker. I think those would be some guys they should target. The Astros need relief pitching, a first baseman, and a catcher. I think Will Contreras, they're gonna trade for him. I think they're gonna get Trey Mancini for first base, decent first baseman, and then Daniel Bard for a relief pitcher to add to their rotation.
The Yankees need a catcher too. They could be in the market for Wilson Contreras. Any of these teams that we've talked about could be in the market for Contreras. So,
all right. Well, the Mariners, they need starting pitching, outfielders, and relief pitchers.
Well, they did make a trade for Carlos Santana. I think it was last week or a week and a half ago.
Okay, so they addressed that. Frankie Montez, Merrifield, and Daniel Bard. So, all right, just possibilities. You know, it's still a little early yet to like project these trades. I just went through the list I had, and the best available players, and seen what three guys in that list could make an impact on these teams potentially.
Yeah, as far as what's available and as far as the needs for some of these teams or all these teams, I just don't see any infielders really getting moved. I see more outfielders getting moved, relief pitchers, starting pitchers. Contreras is going to be the hottest commodity out there as far as hitters go, for sure.
Well, I know Connor Falafel, he's a good infielder, right? But he lacks a bat. So it's a hole in the lineup. Now, Jose Iglesias, maybe he's not as good as Falafel infielding defensive-wise, but he's definitely a better bat.
Yeah.
So, and then Ian Kennedy, you're getting rid of fucking Joey Gallo and fucking maybe Aaron Hicks because they're giving you the issues right now batting wise. You get a kid like Ian Kennedy who's been in the Diamondback system for what, 6-7 years. Diamondbacks don't really do shit. All right, now you're sending me to the Yankees. I'm saying an environment change in baseball, I think, is one of those things that could really change the outlook projection on a player.
It can, but also I definitely don't see, even if they'd like to move on from Gallo or Hicks, I don't see anybody taking them to. Because as dreadful as they've been all year, you're gonna get dog shit for them. You're gonna get less in return than what the Browns got for fucking Baker.
You're the one who said he wasn't. All right, nice segue, asshole.
So it's just they're gonna, unless they release them or designate them for assignment or whatever options these guys might have left, if there's any. I don't see anybody taking a flyer on those two.
Yeah, but the best thing here, like Danny, is I constantly bring it up. If baseball, you were able to trade draft picks, that trade deadline, all those trades, like when it actually opens up, when people start to go for the gusto on the trades, dude, you start trading draft picks, then it'll get even more crazier.
Yeah, but like I was listening to the fan. I was listening to the fan yesterday.
Yo, just plug it all the way in, bro.
Yeah, I was doing that, but it cut out. Joey, this is how bad Joey Gallo is. You know how you can go on the baseball reference and you can look deeper into stats and everything?
Yeah.
Throughout his whole career, or maybe just this time with the Yankees, this guy's only has 2 sacrifice flies. So he's literally an all or nothing player. You're either going to get him on an all-out year where he's going to hit 40 home runs, or you're going to get the Joey Gallo that they have right now. There's no middle ground.
There's no gray area.
No.
Well, the Yankees were fucking...
You stupid.
For doing that. I mean, that's a reach. It really was a reach. And look, why do you think the Texas Rangers were so fucking giddy to get rid of him? They knew what the fuck it was. You should be like, I don't know about this. I don't know if I really should, fucking do this. I mean, look, the Yankees took a gamble. They were okay with it. That's why they're probably going to ship him somewhere and just get whatever they can from him.
If anybody's willing to give you anything for him, which I don't see happening.
Then what, is this his contract year?
I don't know, honestly.
All right, let's move on to the hate it or love it. Let's let fucking the Yankees sort that out with their fucking debacle.
Because at the time when they traded for Gallo last year, Gallo had 25 home runs for Texas, and then he had 13 when he came over, so he had a total of 38 home runs on the year. So that was the all-out year that they got. The year prior.
Yeah, but then the Yankees only got a portion of that.
Yeah.
So you have to think, he's at 13 home runs. That's it. In how many games from last year to this year that he's played?
He had 13 home runs in 58 games for the Yankees last year. He's got 9 home runs in 66 games for the Yankees this year. Roughly the same amount of plate appearances. Roughly the same amount of at-bats.
So 9 and 13?
Yeah.
So 22 home runs in about 130 games. He needs 30 more games to give us a season projection. So that makes shit. That's actually looking at it a different way, because if he hits like another 13, 9, 22, another 10, another 20, if he hits another 12, it's another 12. You're at like 34 home runs within a season span for him. So I mean, it doesn't look good, but statistic wise, that's not bad of a 162 game stretch.
And it's still shit. and Yankee fans will agree with you, unless they're like, no, I like Joey. Well, you're a fucking idiot.
Look, I ain't got nothing against the guy. You know what I mean?
No, but he's shit.
No, he's not producing. That's his fucking issue right now. And he's rightfully gonna get traded. You know he is. The Yankees will take like a wild fucking prospect or something like that, right? Just to get something back in return from him. And I can't blame him.
I think the Yankees essentially signed him to a 1-year deal for $6 million. So either you're gonna, if you can get anything in return for him, you definitely do it. If not, you send his ass to AAA,
Nah, nah,
or
nah,
you just outright cut him. I mean, it's only you're only gonna fucking pay him the $3 million or whatever is gonna be left on the deal for this year.
Actually, you're right. Yeah, I mean, if it comes down to that, if you can't shop him or get nothing for him, and he's like a detriment to the lineup, look, he got to go.
Yeah.
All right, so hate it or love it. Would you like to start, sir?
Sure, why not? All right, hate it or love it. Between the Giants and the Jets will be the most improved New York team.
I love it.
Me too.
Even though that both of them are a fucking joke. I'm sorry until someone proves me wrong. Either franchise.
I think the Jets are. I think the Jets are in better position moving forward. Granted, the Giants had a good draft this year. I still don't give a shit.
Stupid.
They had an okay draft. Look, the guys that they got, highly projected, right? But they got to play. We got to see it, like we said about weeks ago when we did the draft, right?
Yeah.
When we did the draft, yes, these players can look really, really good.
Yeah, they can, but just based off of.
Hold on.
What?
Really, Mom? Detriment? In the middle of the fucking show, you're going to text me detriment. You know what?
Daddy, chill.
Thank you. I love it. For the sake of the matter is, the Jets had more picks. They look like they're going to do something. There's just more hype around them. There's more of a feeling around them that they're going to. And the funniest thing is, if you talk to anybody who would look at them, they'd be like, 6, 7 wins. I have a feeling they're going to win like 9.
That's a stretch.
That's just my feeling. Something. They're not going to make the playoffs.
You're crazy, bro.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep.
Daddy, chill.
I mean, their quarterback situation is definitely better.
100%.
But I still 9 wins. No. 4 or 5.
Then how many are the fucking Giants gonna win? Because we both say we love it that the Jets will have a better year, right?
The Giants are gonna finish with about the same record they had last year. What did they have? 3 wins last year?
Nah,
2 wins?
Nah, they'll project. They'll get about 7.
Yeah. With Daniel Jones, my ass. My ass. That's not happening.
Hey, Danny, he needs some.
He needs some milk.
He needs more than milk. He needs everything in the fucking kitchen sink.
Yeah.
Even with that, he still won't produce.
I mean, pretty much that Kenny Galladay fucking deal is looking like it's fucking a terrible decision. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they improved their line. They improved their defense at the edges better with Kayvon, right? But it also matters around the other fucking guys that are there.
Absolutely.
So I do have the Giants having a better record, realistically, right, based on schedule. But I have a feeling about the Jets that I think they're going to flirt between their 8 and 9 win margin. All right, Danny. Hate it or love it. The MLB should adopt the NBA's play-in tournament.
I hate it.
Why?
Leave it the way it is. I don't mind adding another wild card team, but don't do that fucking playing shit. No. Fuck that.
All right.
No.
Daddy, chill.
You gotta be so aggressive.
Because that just sounds so stupid for baseball. It really does.
All right, then would you like it better if I said they just expanded the playoffs?
Well, they've already added another wild card team into each league.
Add one more.
So that means 3 division and 4 wild card.
Yeah, but look at the NFL. The NFL literally keeps expanding because it's more revenue for them to expand. It's more viewers.
Yeah, because more people watch the NFL than they do baseball in general. And even if you add another playoff team for baseball, it doesn't mean more people are going to watch it. Because even with the way it is now, people, hey, baseball too long. Well, fuck you, man. No one forces you to sit there and watch a baseball game. It's just, no. Nope, 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 definitely not. It works for these other sports, but it doesn't mean it has to work for baseball, and or it doesn't mean it has to be done for baseball.
I mean, come on, but let's be realistic here. Baseball is so out of touch with what the fans want that, for Christ's sakes, we're trying no broadcaster games. It's just a game and the sounds. No broadcasters.
Well, what do the fans even want? We don't even know what baseball fans out there want.
Yeah, well, that shows you that they obviously don't know. So if you're not an avid baseball fan, right, and you go to watch that game, right, how the fuck do you know what's going on? You don't know shit. That's just like going down to the ballpark and watching a bunch of old guys play fucking softball.
Well, obviously, and I agree, they are behind in certain aspects, but I don't think changing the playoff format to a play-in and doing all, no, because in the NBA you play indoors. In baseball, can I speak, please? In baseball, you play the postseason outdoors. October, November, the weather's colder. You can't expand any further.
Okay.
Unless you start the season in fucking April, January, February, March. Unless you start the season in March.
But then you're going to be dealing with the same issues.
Exactly. So it doesn't.
Baseball
work.
does have indoor stadiums.
Not all of them.
Not all of them. Granted. I understand that. I'm not saying expand it playing wise.
But then you're taking away from home field advantage.
No, but your first and second teams, or your first top three teams that win the division, they're getting buys. So there's more reward for being first place and winning your division. Now, I'm not saying the play-in, like you said, they've already expanded once for one team for each division. So expand another one. Just one more. Nothing crazy. It's not like, you rechange the whole format. Now it's fucking 10 teams from each side.
Yeah, my thing is, I get it. Baseball needs to change certain things, maybe adding the factor of trading draft picks and such things like that. But they've already changed some things that you're fucking with the game. And
yeah.
Like I said, baseball's too long. Nobody forces you to sit there and watch the game. You don't have a fucking gun to your head. You don't like how long it is? Go do something else. Go spend time with your kids. Go watch a movie. Go do something else, motherfucker.
Or you could just time the game up.
Whatever. Record it on DVR.
What I mean is time it up is fob it on your phone. Then it's like the 7th inning. Watch from the 7th inning on.
Or that.
You know what I mean? Because then you're going to get, God forbid if it goes in overtime, then it's like an additional fucking game on top of that.
Which, honestly, I like. I always rooted for extra innings. Now I don't want to see that because now you have that ghost runner on second. And the team didn't even earn the right to put that player in scoring position. Now we're just going to give it to you.
For the regular season?
Fuck out of here, man.
For the regular season, I agree with that rule. When it comes to the playoffs, nobody gets no ghost runners, because you know what I mean. And that would fit to my point. Over extra inning games in playoff baseball are amazing.
They are.
They have such a way about them that really gives them the feel of
it's the atmosphere. It's just you can feel the energy.
You could feel and the pressure, and it's like within those moments. It's like you're making fucking diamonds. You know what I mean? Literally. And baseball has that over everybody. They do. I'm sorry. An overtime game in football, it's like, all right, this is only going one quarter. Or not even. It's going like a one
drive usually.
Yeah, 1 or 2 drives. So we're not talking about the whole quarter. Whereas baseball, it has that mystique. You know what I mean? Basketball has it to a degree.
Yeah.
Not like baseball.
They're changing too much. Just leave it the fuck alone.
Well, at least now they have the competitions committee that can change things back
Yeah.
if they see fit. As in, like, all right, look, we fucked up. Let's just go back. All right, you're up.
Hate it or love it, Julio Jones goes to Dallas.
You're an asshole. Damn you.
Why?
Cause like I wasn't expecting Dallas. I was expecting like Green Bay or something like
Well,
that.
I read an article where Dallas is now, I guess, talking to him or whatever it is. So, I mean, Dak could use all the help he can get. And I know you're not a big fan of Dak, so I mean, why not give him more weapons? Give him a better opportunity.
Do it. I love it. Just yeah, he could use all the help he can get. I like the James Washington acquisition. I always liked James Washington when he was in Pittsburgh, but he was drafted and he's getting like the edge decline of Ben, and then they had Antonio at that point. Then Antonio left, and they found this guy, Juju. So I've always liked James Washington. I think he'll shine in that system, but I don't mind at all the Cowboys going and putting him on a 1-year deal. I'm not giving you more than that.
I don't think he's going to command more than a 1-year deal, and if he does, he's stupid.
Yeah, but he could do the
2-year deal, opt out after one.
yeah. I mean, no, because like think of it like this. He's catering to the organization at that point, because he could play the 1 year, Danny, and then have a good year, and be like, I still got it. I want more money now, right? To where the 2-year option now, it's cheaper for the team.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I'll give you that deal. That deal alone, you're not getting anything outside of that. So I like him paired with fucking CD, and also to kind of take CD under his wing in a sense for as long as he's there, and give him those critical habits or secrets that he has to make CD the next Julio in such a way.
Right.
Because I'm not saying Amari was like that, but I just didn't see Amari ever doing that.
No, but it's like they never even used him. It's like you trade for this guy, and it's like
No, that's
he's
bullshit.
He's like non-existent in the offense.
That's bullshit. He's non-existent when we play away. We play at home, he's there. We play away, motherfucker disappear.
Well, you're half and half, so you know what? I might as well consider you non-existent. You need to show up every fucking week.
Why do you think we just let him go?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Hate it or love it. Professional sports should offer or include lifetime health care to players.
I love it.
I love it too. Even if, like, look, you don't have to include it, but at least give the offer.
Yeah.
Make it a conscious effort to get these players a health care plan to some degree.
Especially for football.
Yes. I didn't
Baseball
want to just single out.
No, but football is the most physical sport. I mean, hockey is physical.
Hockey's very physical as well. Basketball, to a degree, very physical. Baseball in its own way, yes, it's physical. But at least give these guys the option at a health care plan. I mean, if you have a players union, why doesn't the union have benefits?
Exactly. I mean, not for nothing. When you go and get a job, you get health benefits. I mean, granted, one company is going to be shittier than the other, but at least there's an option for something where, if you get sick or whatever, you're kind of covered.
Mm-hmm.
But no, let's just pay these guys millions of dollars and say, fuck you to your health. Yeah, okay.
Well, in their aspect of view, it's, look, you made millions of dollars at this age. Somebody there should be telling you, look, okay, you signed your big contract, your first contract. We don't know how long this is going to go, right? So just for the sake of it, take out a 15-year life insurance plan, right? Okay? Within 5 years, if your career is projecting to go plus 10, now go for the lifetime. Because you're going to get another couple contracts within that time.
Right.
And then that life insurance plan or health care plan, or both combination, would take care of the athlete and their family.
Yeah.
Like Demarius Thomas's family.
But if they also have health insurance, somewhere within that health insurance, depending on what happens to the player, it can also protect the team too.
Yes. Yes. So it's great for both parties. Because now it's, as a team, your investment, okay, the insurance covers it. I don't have to cover it. They cover his salary.
Right.
So now teams can still retain money to
Allocating to
other different directions.
Yeah. I agree. I love it.
Alrighty, you're up.
All right, hate it or love it. The Jazz and the Timberwolves both will be losers in this deal. I love it. They're both fucking idiots. I get it. The Jazz getting all those picks in return, but watch. Within 2 or 3 years, the guys that they got in return, like the Malik Beasley and all those guys, are most likely going to be gone, and I bet you they don't even hit on one of those draft picks.
But they got 5 of them.
It doesn't. You're both going to be fucking losers at the end of the day. Yep. And I love it. I do. I see it happening. I see it happening. Well, I'm telling you.
No, I hate it. I hate it. If it was just Minnesota, oh hell yeah. You're a moron. You're a moron. You got one guy, traded 5 guys and 5 picks. One of those guys was just drafted last year who's a prominent center. So, if he further develops, they just hit right there. Right? You got Patrick Beverly. He's a feisty fuck. Right? So you're going to get maximum effort from him. For, 2, maybe 3 years. If you decide to resign him. The other guys you could let go. Do whatever you want with them. But then the 5 draft picks?
Yeah, but here's the main basis around why they're both going to be losers, because even with what you just said, if he progresses a little bit, this guy, that guy, even if they hit on one pick, if neither team wins a ring within the next 5 years or so, you're both fucking losers. Or maybe 10.
10 for the Jazz, 5 for the Wolves.
Fine.
That's fair enough.
Because the Jazz got a 2028 first round pick.
Yeah. So let's 10 years, because hypothetically, say out of those 5 picks, right? They get 3 stars. You got to give those 3 stars in that time to what they have built, right? And acquired to at least make a shot at it. The Wolves' time is right fucking now.
Yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert, Anthony Edwards, and however they shape what else they're doing there.
Yeah.
So their time is nigh.
Agreed.
So that's wow. All right. Hate it or love it. The USFL should expand their teams to 16 teams for next season. They have 8 right now. That championship game, the stadium they were played in, I think, maybe over 12,000.
I mean, I got nothing against the USFL or whatever it is. So why not? I love it. Because there's some of these kids that come out of college that
don't get drafted.
They go play there and get a chance to get some reps and
sign a 1 or 2 year deal, whatever it is. Play
see
there.
what happens.
See, you know what I mean? I think the USFL. Well, I don't think the USFL is going to be as friendly as arena football is going to be with The Rock. The Rock already, and their his partner that own it, they already said they want to be the gateway, like from college
to the
and
pros.
then to the pros. They
Right.
want to be that in between step. The USFL,
Well, the USFL could be like the practice squad for both of them. Like, okay, you don't play AFL. Okay, you didn't make it to the NFL. Well, okay, I'm gonna go play for a fucking
it's still another chance for them to go, but
and still get exposure in some ways.
I think the USFL is trying to build their own, not essential brand. Yeah, they're trying to build their own brand as like a second outlet to professional football, right? That's their attempt. That's why I said if they can expand to the minimum of 12 teams and the max of 16 by next year, then they're moving towards it. Arena football is literally they've been talking to people that weren't invited to the draft, people that were invited to the draft. So they're more in with the college players because the arena football and the NFL already have this, I guess, under the table deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look, you know our fans are going to be we're going to be pushed to you during the off season because there's still going to be people that love college football that follow their players that thought their favorite players should have been in the NFL, but they're not. But now they're right here.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? A deal on the table.
It's going to be a give and take back and forth.
Exactly, where the USFL is gonna try and attempt to stand on its own.
I mean, they're standing on their own right now, but
Yes, they need 4 more teams at least by next year.
yeah, but now you're expanding for more teams. Now you're putting these teams in other cities. Now you're opening up new stadiums, or you're gonna allow them to play in multi-purpose arenas or whatever it's gonna be. You got people already wanting to go watch AFL games. You're already gonna have people obviously going to watch NFL games. Who the fuck's gonna go watch the USFL?
Well, here's the funniest thing about it. If everything goes according to what I'm saying, okay, football will always be football. The NFL,
Yeah.
September, February, right? After February, it's USFL and then Arena. Like all within like that time span. Those 2 leagues will have the off season for the NFL. So essentially it will be football year round. At a high level. I'm excited for it. I hope it goes down like that. That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I still probably wouldn't watch the USFL. I mean, there's a higher chance that I'm gonna watch AFL games than USFL games.
Arena
I'll tell you
football?
that. Yeah. So, but why not? Fuck it. Give these kids more exposure and just let them play.
Yeah, give them a chance to make some money.
Let them bash their heads in more. All right. Hate it or love it. DeAndre Ayton goes to Dallas.
I love it.
Me too.
I hope he does, because then that kind of gives Luka another player that's not in his space.
Yeah.
So and that's gonna put up with that's 17 and 10, relatively 17 and 10 and 2 or 3
At least.
with a block. Yeah, I love it. I love that move. I hope he goes. He
Yeah.
goes.
And you got to give Luka more weapons. You really do. I mean, from what I've seen so far, Dallas hasn't done shit this offseason, and they lost Brunson.
Yeah.
So you got to do something, man. Because you won't make it back into the playoffs.
No. All right, hate it or love it, Danny. Mets forced DeGrom to waive his no trade clause.
I hate it because I don't see how you can force a player to do that. But
Well, look. All right, let's use the Deshaun Watson situation as an example. Right?
well, DeGrom hasn't assaulted anybody.
No.
anything
I'm saying the
that.
situation. Right, minus that factor. I'm just saying how, like, look, he wanted to be traded, right? He wanted out.
Yeah.
They didn't want him to leave. Just as so as the Mets don't want DeGrom to leave. So it's like, all right, we don't want you to leave. Instead of letting you leave, let us trade you and get something for you, and you know the team that you're going to is going to give you that money regardless.
I'm sorry.
But now it gives you, like, now it's almost like a personal choice of where you would like to go. When you're playing the free agency game, you're going to have 101 other people offering you deals. So now your opinion may be swayed just for the money, right? So it's like, say if the Astros, right, wanted him. Okay, so you're moving him out of division, right? You're getting something in return for him, right? And Houston's gonna break that bread for him. You know they are.
I hate it because if they did do that, then essentially you're saying that they should trade him at this trade deadline, and I'm not doing that because if he comes back and he's healthy this year, he's gonna give us that much more of a chance to win. So I'm not gonna fucking risk this season to do it. And
But what if you got Verlander in return?
they're not gonna give up Verlander.
But
They're
what
gonna want it. No, they're gonna want Verlander, DeGrom back to back like we have Scherzer and DeGrom. That's what they're gonna eyeball. And honestly, DeGrom is an idiot to opt out because I don't see how any team can possibly give him more than what he's gonna make if he opts into the
Okay.
rest of his contract.
I've heard from ESPN, Gas Network, I believe the Fan, or SNY, right? Talk about this. And they've all said, numerous sports agents said, right, that are not his agent, but, comment on the situation.
Right.
They're like, what would he need, how much would he need to play to get the max deal, right? A bunch of them said a game. A couple said 4 or 5 games. A couple said none. He can get the deal right now, not play a single fucking game for the Mets, and still get the max deal.
Well, if he doesn't play a game, then that means he's still technically healthy. It's just you haven't seen what he can do. But so I can understand that. But at the same time, if he comes back and he pitches, you figure, what is it? Today's the 6th, so you figure if he's back by the trade deadline, so you figure you'll have August and September, roughly 5 to 8 starts, give or take. And if he pitches like he did in that first rehab start where he's blowing guys away and he's striking and he's the same old DeGrom,
well,
then,
I would have ripped his head off.
Then essentially I'm not saying I agree with it, but then I can see where the analysts would say, well, yeah, if he comes back and pitches 3 or 4 games or whatever, and it's like he never was hurt. Well, then I guess it makes sense, but I just can't see him. I mean, somebody probably will give him the kind of money he's looking for, but
well, I mean, just to go off of what you said, like his rehab start.
He was phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Granted, it's AA, but still.
If I'm Buck, I'm calling somebody. You throw another 100-mile-an-hour pitch, you're not playing a single fucking game for us.
Buck doesn't have any say in that.
Of course he doesn't have anything, but like, you have been hurt for so long. You want to go out there? I threw 24 pitches, 7 of them were 100. Are you wowing?
I heard a fan call I heard somebody call in on the Fan the other day, and they were like, when he's ready and he comes back, Buck needs to sit down with him, and in a sense, cater to his ego, but explain to him, look, listen, you don't need to throw 101 every time you're out there, because DeGrom loves to throw his fastball. Fine, but you can dial that back to 95, 96. With your pinpoint control and accuracy, it shouldn't make a difference. With the changeup, the slider, and all that, it shouldn't make a difference.
All right.
So,
all right, you're up.
Hate it or love it, Kevin Durant goes to Miami, and I know we kind of touched on that before with like the whole Jimmy thing, but I feel like Miami's really going to be the spot for him.
I think too. I think Miami's going to give up that boatload. I think Miami's going to give Hero, Lowry, Duncan, Gabe Vincent, possibly Adebayo, and
Now,
probably a draft pick or two.
do they give up all those players and an abundance of draft picks like what fucking the Jazz got in return for Gobert?
I don't think. I think if they give up that many players, Pat's gonna be like, look, I'll give you one, but if you want two, then I'm keeping Adebayo.
I don't even think Adebayo should be involved in the deal, honestly.
No, but at this point, it's probably gonna take that to get done. It's probably gonna take Adebayo, Hero, Duncan, and Lowry to get it done, or and add Vincent to that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm iffy against giving up Adebayo, but like I said, I feel that Miami's definitely going to be that team and be like, you know what? Here, we have a small window to win with Jimmy, and if we can add KD and Jimmy, no, KD and Jimmy is way better than Kyrie and KD.
I think they'd be the best duo in the league.
Yeah, 100%.
Because if you stop one, the other one's gonna go off.
And if they do that, I'm definitely going to watch a lot of Heat games this year. I tell you that.
100 fucking %. 100 fucking %.
Yep. Definitely.
And the whole league is gonna be on.
No!
Unnoticed.
God, please, no! No! No!
That's the whole league if that trade goes down. No. And then every game it's gonna be.
He's pulling his cock out! I don't know, wait.
I love it. I don't
Me
know.
too.
I don't know if it's really gonna go down like that though.
I hope it does.
I hope it does, but I hope Miami doesn't. In a sense, like make it even where Brooklyn's getting good value at both ends. Don't fucking kill yourself on one end and then just try to save draft picks. Look, if you got to give 2 or 3 draft picks and 3 players for KD,
See, but here's a kicker. Who's better, KD or Gobert?
KD.
So why doesn't Brooklyn look at that deal and be like, all right, we can ask for the same in return that they got in return for Gobert,
But like
if not more.
But like I've been saying for weeks, with the Kyler Murray and all that. Look, just because they're retarded
Yes, I agree.
doesn't mean I'm gonna be stupid. I'm
But
sorry.
we know these teams are fucking stupid, and we see what they give up for players all the time. So
Well, then it's
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
it is. I mean, your point is 100% correct. KD is better than Gobert. I think more than 80% of people would agree with that, right? Even 90. So why shouldn't Miami do that? I don't think Pat would do something like that. Do you think Pat Riley would really do something like that?
I don't see him doing something like that, but I don't know. I mean, maybe he's under the gun. You know, I mean,
Dude,
and maybe,
I don't even think he's under the gun. Him and Spoelstra and that owner are probably fucking
maybe from the outside looking in, you could say that, but we don't know.
Yeah. You're right.
So, you know, knowing that Jimmy's got 3-4 years left at the level he's playing at now.
KD's
So-
got about 6.
So if you put that together right now you're really like maximizing that.
Yeah, then I love it, Danny. Yeah, think about it like that. Fuck it. I mean, if that Rudy Gobert trade never happened, then it's like we don't have anything to really go off of,
Yeah.
of like a trade value to match what it is.
But the Jazz have set the market, they say.
No, they.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
All right, it's my turn.
Yeah.
All right, hate it or love it. Should golfers a part of the PGA Tour be allowed to compete in other tours?
Golfers of the PGA Tour, should they be allowed to compete in other golfing tour? Yeah, why not?
Well, the players that were a part of the PGA
I
Tour,
play golf, so why can't I compete in golf tournaments?
so the players, I think some of the players, I may have to pull it up later for you, that were a part of the PGA Tour, decided to go play in the LIV Golf Tour.
Oh, I heard that. I kind of heard some kind of dispute, but I didn't look into that.
The PGA
really.
Tour suspended those guys.
Indefinitely, or
I think for now.
How can you do that? What is that live thing? I don't even know. LA, what is that?
I
Like,
don't know. It's a Saudi Arabia golf league or whatever it is, but the reason why it's such an issue is because of Saudi Arabia's belief on men and women equality. That's where I'll leave it, and that's where the fuck it stands. So
fine.
if you don't
Okay.
like that, then you could just fucking
Google it yourself and go
yeah.
look it up.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
That's crazy though. Like really, like I play golf, so why the fuck can't I go
Play
and compete?
golf.
Like I don't give a fuck what their beliefs are on this or that. They're gonna pay me X amount of dollars to go play golf. Okay, don't you guys pay me X amount of dollars to go play? Okay, where is the issue?
That's why I asked it. I think the PGA Tour. Look, it should be like this. Look, if you're gonna sign a contract to play on the PGA Tour, right? Then it's like, all right, I want to sign your exclusive rights to just play on the PGA Tour, right? Because they've never essentially had something like this happen, because everything is PGA.
Right.
So you're contractually binded to this, right? To only
Okay.
playing here, but it's up to you to sign your own contract when the deal's done. Look, if you want to compete in half PGA and then half LIV, okay, fine. You can't knock someone's hustle.
It's ridiculous.
I thought it was a little bit ridiculous. I know my father would disagree with me because he was like, "Look, it's almost like the NFL thing. Look, I own you. You can't no, and you're hurting my brand now.
No,
You know it's
you
all about the
own, no,
brand.
no, you own the rights for me
Playing there.
but you don't own me as a fucking person.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I didn't mean to say it how I said it.
But I get that. But still, like, you don't own me, bro. Like, you like, it's ridiculous. Like that.
Daddy,
Like,
chill.
It is. I 100% agree. I mean, even if there's whatever's going on over there, my views don't have to be congruent with them for me to go make money. We all have families to feed.
exactly. Now you're. I'm not saying these guys still don't already have millions of dollars saved up or whatever, but in a sense, now you're taking money and food out of money and food away from my family.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
And now you're fucking with my livelihood because how long are these guys going to be suspended for?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I'll
so
have to look into it. But
you know, so
as far as I know, look, it's my decision. It's my decision.
I agree.
If you want to suspend me, fine. Now you're essentially forcing me to fucking shoot for them. I mean, I was just gonna do the one event, maybe,
No,
possibly.
you want to be like that? Fine. All right. Well, I'm not going to play in the PGA for the PGA anymore, and I'll either, you know, fuck it. I'll retire. I'll open up my own fucking little company, and I'll fucking teach people how to play golf for the rest of my life.
Actually, I wouldn't even do that. I would move to Saudi Arabia, and just become a fucking star out there for golf.
Whatever, and I'll still make my money. So you know, y'all can kiss my ass.
Exactly. All right, last one on you, and then we're gonna take a little, I think, what, 60-second break.
Yeah, that was my last one though.
Oh, that was?
Yeah.
Say-
I did my 5.
Oh, you did? Oh shit. All right. Well, we're gonna take a 30-second break. 60-second. We'll be right back. Hold yourself. Relax. We're not going that far. All right. Hello. All right, guys. We're probably when Danny gets back, we're gonna move on to the NBA, and then our verses of the week, which there will be a poll up after this episode for the verses of the week. I'm not gonna disclose it yet. It's an interesting one, and then we're gonna have our top 5 dead or alive this week, which is the shooting guards of the NBA, and then we'll be moving on to some NFL news, and you'll find out from there. Hello.
Hello.
All right. So, Danny, we have a little bit to talk about here. I say we just run through the basic signings that we both have so far. And then we'll get into the conundrum, what is Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
All right.
All right, so what you got there, brother?
So the Bulls signed Zach LaVine to a max contract, 5 years, 215.
Boo.
The Cavs have signed Darius Garland to a max rookie contract, 5 years for 193, worth up to 231.
He's a good ball player.
Largest deal in franchise history. The Nuggets have signed Nikola Jokic to a supermax contract, 5 years, 264 million. It's the largest contract in NBA history. I mean, he deserves it. He's the first player to eclipse 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 500 assists in a season. The Grizzlies signed Ja Morant to a 5-year rookie max deal worth 193 million.
I have a new nickname for him.
What?
Ja Binks. They look nothing alike, but you remember Ja Binks from fucking
Star Wars.
Yeah. I miss I say I got the dunk on you.
The Timberwolves signed Karl Anthony Towns to a 4-year extension worth 224 million. So that brings his total contract value up to 6 years, 295 million. The Pelicans signed Zion Williamson, 5-year max rookie extension worth 193 million. But he's only played in 85 games through the first 3 years, so that's roughly only 1/3 of the games. I don't see how he deserves that. The Knicks signed Jalen Brunson, 4 years, 104 million, with a player option for the final year. The Suns signed Devin Booker, 4-year supermax contract for 224 million. The Blazers have signed Anthony Simmons, 4 years, $100 million extension. And the Wizards signed Bradley Beal to a 5-year max contract worth 251 million.
All right, so let's just get a round of applause for the Washington Wizards for doing that, so he didn't go to Boston.
Well, and let's applaud Bradley Beal because he opted out of that 36.4 or whatever $1 million for the last year of his deal or whatever, and
He got what he deserved. He's a baller. And he's probably gonna go down in history as one of their best players.
Yeah.
All right, so I have Dante DiVincenzo going from he was on Sacramento. He's a pretty good player on Sacramento. He's going to Golden State, so he's going to do really good on Golden State, especially as the backup point, how they use him. John Wall to the Clippers. Victor Oladipo returns to the Heat. Joe Ingles goes to the Bucks. That should help them in their rotation. PJ Tucker goes to the 76ers. I like that. He should be able to supply some good defense, corner threes. Gary Payton II goes to the Blazers. Otto Porter Jr. goes to the Raptors. And that's pretty much predominantly all the big moves or the moves that have been going on around the NBA. I'm sorry I don't have in context of what they made. Danny pretty much covered that aspect. I just went over basically role players essentially. So let's get to this fucking crazy situation which we have in Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. So I'm just gonna say it. I love KD, great player, probably one of the greatest players ever. Probably could be possibly the greatest player right now. The ball's on you. Sorry. Essentially, the ball's on you. You wanted Harden. You wanted this guy. You wanted this guy. We brought in Ayton. No, we brought in DeAndre Jordan. We brought in Harden for you. We brought your boy Kyrie there, right? We did everything to accommodate you. Now, granted, Kyrie got hurt, and then Harden with his shit.
And then the COVID, him not wanting the vaccine and all that.
Exactly. So now we've accommodated you. Your boys are the ones who have fucked you. Why do we get the shit end of the stick? Now no, go ahead.
The fucked up thing is he waits till after Kyrie opts into that player contract for him. I want to get traded now. Why couldn't you say this before? And then maybe Kyrie doesn't opt into that deal. So now we're essentially on the hook for Kyrie's $36 million. But now you tell us you want out.
Yeah, but Kyrie was opting in no matter what. There's no even for him to get traded, right? You know the team that the Brooklyn Nets are going to have to cover that salary in such a sense. And then what is he getting? $6 million deal or something like that? That was the smartest thing for him to do, money-wise. Just opt in, play the last year, get paid the $36 million, and then go on your merry fucking way. But for KD to turn around, what, an hour before they were, the gun fired for fucking free agency.
Something like that, yeah.
He calls the fucking owner and tells him, I want to be traded.
Stop it. Get some help.
Like, you say you leave Oklahoma. We all know why you went to Golden State. Okay? Everybody's doing it now, so whatever. Go ahead. You win your 2 championships. Then you say you want to build a legacy. So you choose to go to Brooklyn, right? Well,
right.
if you wanted to build a legacy, you gotta stay. You know what I mean? You can't 3 years into this go, nah, I don't like it. I want to go
every 2 or 3 years you want to go somewhere else.
And he gave a wish list, right? Or as they would say, wish list or a request list of where he wants to go. He wants to go to nothing but contenders. So there is no legacy. Your legacy right now, as it stands, even after the whole trading thing is over, is you were selective in where you wanted to go to win the championships. You didn't go somewhere where they had nothing and then they built with you and around you to win a championship. You go to Golden State. They were already winning championships. For Christ's sakes.
They didn't.
You went there, you win 2, you leave, they just win this year.
So they don't need you, that's for sure.
And there's rumors that he may go back to Golden State.
If I'm Golden State, I don't give up. I don't give up what the Nets are going to want in return. No.
I'm not giving you Looney, Poole, and Wiggins. There's no way. I'm not giving you Wiggins, Poole, Looney, and the rest of the guys I have. Hell no.
No.
Just to bring him back? Nah, I'm sorry.
For 3 or 4 years?
Yeah, and
not even.
Go ahead.
He's probably going to want his contract reworked and probably going to want more money.
Yeah, but
I don't even. No way.
No, but like what I like when you said that, what came to my mind is wherever he goes and gets traded, right? Wouldn't you have him rework the deal? It's almost like he would sign an extension off the 4, right? So you rework the deal, so you're paying him less, but those last 2 years you would probably pay him maximum, right? So he still gets more money.
And so you can make more moves, and it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't pan out. Look, you still made your projected salary, but I gave you an opt. We both had an opt in and out, right? But this also goes along to what you were saying last week about players just signing 3-year deals. Just sign the 3, and we can go through it like that. So then there's no hard feelings of why am I here? I don't want to be here. Well, you got to stay here. I'm not getting rid of you. Because
exactly.
Brooklyn may be prepared to do that. Look, you're not going nowhere, dude. No one's offered me
what I want. So.
And you said, I quote, I want to build a legacy there. Well, Get to it, buddy. As an owner, that's what I would say. Well, you better get to it.
Yeah. I mean, from what I've been hearing, is his issue really now with just not wanting to play with Kyrie now? After all that time of saying, no, I want to play with Kyrie. Oh, I want James. Oh, you gotta get this guy. You gotta do this. He's like, he is the Nets version of LeBron.
He's a media whore. I love him as a player. He's a media whore, just like LeBron and a couple other players around the league. Dude, you could have literally came out, right? Told the owner and not told anybody else, right? And let the media handle it. And then, or give us an explanation of why you don't want to be there. You're just leaving us all in this, like, free roaming thought of space of why you want to leave. Why did you really request that trade?
Yeah.
Because we really don't know. Now it's you. You're loving the attention. He's an attention whore.
And now in the basketball world, everyone's talking about you every day. Where is he gonna go? Where is Kyrie gonna go? Do they want to play with each other? Are they gonna get shipped both to the same team? Or are they gonna send them in two different directions?
I don't think Kyrie's going anywhere this year. He's gonna be with the Knicks for this season, and what he's gonna do, he's gonna get paid that $36 million, but he knows since he's gonna walk, he has to contract, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Can you hear me?
Yeah. I just.
What happened? All right,
I don't know. It's just.
It's all right. You're all right. You're all
I don't
right.
know.
All righty.
And
It's smarter for Kyrie to do
I'm
that.
looking at it right. Yeah, and I'm looking at it right now. It's like, where the hell is even Kevin gonna go? It's like, and now there's a thing here that says he might not even want to leave Brooklyn now.
Well, that's speculation, but that's what I'm saying. Look at what he's doing to everybody. He has people writing like, "Oh, maybe he doesn't want to leave. Maybe he was just trying to be a dick." So whatever, like, but it still doesn't make sense. There's no explanation behind it. All we had was Kyrie contacted the Nets owner and said, "Doug, I went out, and this is where I would like to go." That's all we know. We don't know why. We probably fucking won't know why.
No.
No.
We probably won't know until after he's settled in with his new team.
Exactly. But that's so, like, we'll just be dragged through his whole fucking what he wants to do and get the attention. We'll be dragged through that because he doesn't want to disclose why he wants to trade. Now, yes, that's his right to do that, and the media does blow it out of proportion.
Yeah.
My question is, okay, you've created the conundrum, you got your attention. If they don't trade you, are you going to play? Because that'll still say more about your character than anything.
Yeah.
Look, I want to leave,
agree.
but you can't find nothing. Fine, let's just do business. You know what I mean?
I'll play until you can find somewhere to send me.
Basically we'll call it the Baker Mayfield complex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been loyal. I've been here. What the fuck now, guys?
So now what you were saying, like, that was the smartest deal for Kyrie to do, and you definitely see him staying. Well, think of it this way: Kyrie's 3 years younger than Kevin. Why not ship Kevin out and build around Kyrie? And then try to see if you can go after maybe DeAndre Ayton.
DeAndre Ayton, or try to make a trade for Donovan Mitchell.
And build around Kyrie and say, "Fuck you, Kevin." All right, boom.
Yeah, get some picks for him. Get some couple players. Hey, yeah, you build around.
And then reshuffle it.
Yeah, you could.
Again.
I mean, yeah.
Because Kyrie is not a bad player to build around. I mean, he's not a superstar, but
No, Kyrie can be a superstar. He can be. Dude, if he plays 82 games and he's on his shit, he's the best point guard in the NBA. Second or first to Steph. He has the best handles in the league.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, great at driving to the rim. He's He's got a 3-pointer. He's got a mid-range.
Yeah.
He's got it all. His passing's damn near pretty good.
But I like that. Ship out Kevin, rebuild around Kyrie.
Yeah, but now if we didn't have these problems with Kyrie not showing up to work and the whole fucking pandemic bullshit, I think the outlook on Kyrie would be completely different than it is right now. Because I see a lot of Net fans calling for him to like just leave, like play this year and get the fuck out. Like,
Yeah.
being a Net fan's hard. Sorry, it is.
It is.
Even when they were in New Jersey, they had their little years where they played against the Lakers and shit and they lost. But you know what I mean, other than that, they've been dog shit.
They've never really done anything.
Now before Kevin Durant came there, they had a solid little team that made the playoffs.
When they had fucking Darren Williams and Joe Harris.
No. When they had what the fuck's his name?
Yeah, I think they had Darren Williams. They had
No. This is after that. That was with Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce. That GM, I forget. He got through that, and then.
No, but didn't they have like Joe Johnson or whatever his name was that was with the Hawks or some shit?
Yeah, that's you're talking. Oof, buddy.
That was what, like 10 years ago? 20? No, or maybe something like that. About 10 years ago. When was he with the Nets?
I'm trying to find it.
So Darren Williams, he was with
Sean Marks.
2011, 2015 is when he was with the Nets. So they made the playoffs like 1 or 2 years within that stretch, but they were in and out, one and done. So
now, so what killed them was essentially the guy Sean Marks, the GM, came in, right? He got rid of that whole Pierce, Garnett, and Joe Johnson shit, right? And he built a pretty good team, right? So now when they signed Kevin Durant, they had to cut some players. Then they signed Kyrie. Then the trade to Houston is what essentially killed them, right? Because now you had the Kyrie bullshit, and then you had the James Harden bullshit. And they even recouped off the James Harden shit, which was fantastic.
okay.
It's like Sean Marks looked like a hero and then a jackass all within the process of like a number of years. It's like, yes, you cleared out the shit. You built a decent team through the draft and acquiring role players and shit like that. Or where Russell, I think Russell was their star, and then they had that kid that signed with Cleveland, that extension. He was
Garland.
He was on the Nets as well, so they had a nice little thing going there.
Right.
So then KD comes into the picture. Now you lose Russell, you let him go, right? And then you lose a couple of them. Then you bring Kyrie, and then you lose another player. Then you trade, and you get Harden. Right? And then you trade Harden, and now you finally get fucking something in return. But then, you're going to pull this shit, Kev? Come on, man.
He's pulling the rug right out from underneath him.
It's like... like, why? All right, we're going to move on, and we're going to move on into the verses.
Show.
All right. Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon versus
Nikola Jokic.
Jokic. It should be interesting.
Yeah.
Now, for the sake of an argument already, Hakeem has 2 championships. Jokic has none. So
I just realized we never went over our predictions for the divisions in the NFL.
That's the next segment. We're still on the NBA.
So I could have sworn we. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got confused. All right. Because I get the way I have it written down on here. All right.
Oh, okay.
So.
All right. So should I go first since Olajuwon is done?
All right.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay.
Save the Joker for last.
The Joker. All right. Hakeem Olajuwon. Drafted Houston Rockets first round, first pick, first overall, 1984 draft. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a 12-time All-Star. He's a 2 times total rebounds champ, 3-time block champ, 2-time NBA champ, 12-time All NBA, 9 All Defensive Team, 1984, 1985 All Rookie, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, 2 Finals MVPs, 1993, 1994 MVP, and he's on the NBA 75th anniversary team. That's just his accolades. So he played for 17 seasons. He averaged 21 points for his career, 3 blocks, 1.7 steals, so essentially 2 steals, 2.5 assists, 11 total rebounds. Let's see, the shooting percentage, free throw percentage, 71%. Right, free throw attempts, 6 a game. Okay. 3-point percentage, he only shot 20%. He never really shot from the 3. But from the field overall, he was 51% from the field.
Okay.
He scored a total of, let's see how many points total. Games, points. Just trying to find this shit. Points.
You didn't write it down?
No.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Slacking.
Really? Oh, I got it right here. He scored 26,946 points. He has 3,830 blocks, 2,162 steals, 3,058 assists, 13,748 total rebounds. And now in the playoffs, I just want to add real quick. In the playoffs, his numbers jump up. His points jump up to 25. His rebounds stay the same at 11, and his assists go up by at least 1. So from like 3.5 to like 4.5. So that's what I got for Olajuwon.
Okay. For Jokic, he's been in the league 7 years. So he's got 2 MVPs back to back this past season and the year before. 4-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team, NBA All-Rookie team. He's the first player to eclipse 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, 500 assists in a season. At only 27, he's among the top 10 all-time for the most triple-doubles in the regular season and postseason. He's currently at 76. He's 7th on the list. He holds the record for the fastest triple-double ever scored, 14 minutes and 33 seconds.
Good God.
Yeah. For his career, he's averaging just under 20 points a game, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. His field goal percentage is 54%. His three-point field goal percentage is 34%. Free throw percentage, 83.
Okay.
This was a little stat that I seen on the thing that I thought was pretty interesting. His wins shared, which is the estimated number of wins contributed by a player, is for his career is 79. But in a season, he's averaging about 15, 16 wins contributing just from him alone. Total points, 10,364, 376 blocks, 627 steals, 3,281 assists, and 5,456 total rebounds. Honestly, I get it. His career is not over yet. But if, like we were talking yesterday, if he stays on these projections, I really think he's going to go down as the best center to ever play the game.
Now, I was thinking about that, and I want to rebuttal that real quick, and then I have the comparison right here in front of me, right? Scoring wise, great, right? But a true center, at the core value of a center is to play the center and protect the paint, right?
Right.
And to score points. Assist, he's excelling that. His passing is amazing, right? And he shoots a good 3. right? 30 some odd percent is pretty good, especially for a center.
Yeah.
So would he be 100% the best center of all time? That could be up for debate, but true center, no. Like Shaq would almost essentially still hold
Still
the
have
mold,
that.
still hold the mold as a true center.
Right.
Hakeem Olajuwon holds the mold to a degree of a true center, but he was doing Michael Jordan shit as well.
You're more versatile.
Yeah. So now So now I already said Hakeem has 2 championships. Nikolai doesn't have any yet. If and when he does get one, which I hope he does.
And like we were saying, if he stays on these projections but doesn't win a championship, where does he fall? Where does he rank?
Then it's gonna come down to like comparing him against the greatest centers of all time, and you see where he ranks, and then his contribution to his teams, right? Because we all know
Yeah.
Karl Malone is a fucking Charles Barkley. You know these guys. They're Hall of Famers, but they didn't win none.
Yeah.
All right, so Nikola Jokic is at 7 seasons. Olajuwon is at 18. Playoffs played. Nikolai has 4. Hakeem has 15. All Stars. Nikolai has 4. Hakeem has 12. Okay. Season MVPs. Nikolai has 2. To Hakeem's 1. Finals MVP. Hakeem has 2. To Nikolai has none. All NBA First Team. Nikolai has 3. Hakeem has 6. All NBA teams. Total selections. Nikolai has 4. Hakeem has 12. All Defensive First Team. Hakeem has 5. To Jokic's none. All Defensive Team. Total selections. Hakeem had 9. Nikolai has none. Defensive Player of the Year. Jokic has none. Hakeem has 2. Rebound Leader. Hakeem has 2. Jokic has none. Blocks Leader. Jokic has none. Hakeem has 3. So now regular season, he's right under 20. Hakeem's at 21.8. Hakeem out rebounds him. Well, they essentially have the same amount of rebounds, 10.4 to 11.1. Jokic does better in the assist department, 6.2 to 2.5.
Yeah.
Steals per game, Hakeem edges it by 0.5, 1.7 to 1.2. Blocks, he dominates, 3 to not even 1.
Yeah.
Total points, the projections that we have him on, he could definitely surpass Hakeem.
Yeah.
16,000 points if he plays another 10 years. He certainly is going to score more than 16,000 points, I believe.
He should, yeah.
He should be able
I
to.
mean, he scored 2,000 alone this season.
He should be able to maybe surpass Hakeem in rebounds, potentially. He's already passed him in assists with 3,281 to Hakeem's 3,058. So, total steals, he may be able to pass him or just meet him. Hakeem has 2,162 to Jokic's 672. I don't think he's going to touch him in the blocks. Sorry. It's 3,830 to 376. Shooting wise, Jokic 54 to 51, 3-pointer 34 to 20, free throw 83 to 71. Best seasons so far. Nikolai averaged 27.1, Hakeem averaged 27.8. Rebounds per game. Hakeem 14, Nikolai 13.8. Assist 8.3 to Hakeem's 3.6. Steals Nikolai 1.5 to Hakeem's 2.6. Blocks per game, Nikolai 0.9, basically essentially 1, and then Hakeem 4.6 blocks. So when you look at their best seasons, Jokic is right there with him. He's contributing more with the assist, right? And then Nikolai is bumped up his steal game, so he's kind of almost right there with him. Definitely not the blocks, but I think the assists make up for the blocks, so it counters it. So that you could kind of balance that out.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Because, all right, so say Hakeem gets 4 blocks. Say those 4 blocks lead to, let's say, 2 3-pointers and 2 twos, right? So that's 10 points. Okay?
Right.
So let's say 4 to 8. So, yeah, it equivalates. 2 threes and 2 twos. Because he averages 4 more assists than Hakeem. So 2 threes and 2 twos. That deads it. Yeah, I think. Shit. Jokic is the all-around better player, right? And we'll have to see how the rest of his career continues. And I'm saying this based upon him playing at least 15 plus years, right? He's at 7,
Yeah.
so at least 8 more years. I think he'll go down as the better overall, as in like statistically, the assists, the points, the rebounds, and then just for the fact that he's being that is a big man doing all this, right? Bringing it coast to coast, passing it, no look passing, banging threes, can bring it to the hole. You know, he's a pretty decent shooter. He rebounds. So overall, statistic wise, he may look better than Hakeem. Hakeem outshines him 100% in blocks. Um,
Defense, physicality.
Defensive physicality on the defensive side, he has it. So that's where I think right now, I'm not prepared to say Jokic is better than Hakeem. I think if Jokic can win at least one championship and play that 8 plus years, that can change.
And stay healthy.
And stay healthy.
Please let him stay healthy.
Yes, please. And do what he does with triple double wise and the game that he plays. For sure, he'll be a Hall of Famer. He could probably pass Hakeem on certain categories, you know, head to head when they're all said and done, which can make for a furthermore argument. But I think essentially, even if it'll boil down to, it'll come to that preference, which we like. We like when it comes down to a preference. I would always take Hakeem, just for the defensive side, and because right now he just edges Jokic on points per game. They're about the same in rebounds. He leads him just slightly in rebounds. He definitely leads him in blocks, and he slightly leads him in steals. Right? So I think Jokic as an assist and the triple doubles makes him more versatile than Hakeem. But Jokic has got a rough 8 years in front of me to change my mind on that. Because if Hakeem didn't have the defensive selections and stuff like that, then it would kind of be like, all right, well, we just got to we have to wait for these stats to pan out, and then you can kind of just pick Jokic at that point, right? The rings, in a sense, matter. And the defense right now is what I would say is always going to be a factor in that argument. Not to say that Jokic can't have a year where he wins Defensive Player of the Year, right? Then that may add a little bit more to the conversation at hand.
Yeah, 100%.
So for me, right now, and barring further things that can happen in the future for Jokic, I'm going to go with Hakeem.
I will too, but I mean, I'm really hoping that Jokic definitely, by the time his career is over, surpasses this guy. And it's nothing against Hakeem, but we get to watch Jokic.
I mean, in a sense, we got to watch Hakeem a little bit too. I mean, he was banging on people, bro.
I never seen Hakeem play, but I think
Played all the way until 2001.
Well, you figured, you know,
we were 10, so in a sense, we got to watch him a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't. Even at that, you know, I wasn't watching him in the late '90s, early 2000s. You know, I mean, I was watching the Lakers. I was watching Kobe. I was watching Derek Fisher. You know, Devin George, Rick Fox, Robert Horry, fucking.
Oh, the Horry effect, that cocksucker.
You know, Brian Shaw's, and I was watching all of them. You know that.
Oh,
you know,
I got a banger versus for next week. I got a banger.
All right.
Look, I'll just tell you guys now, so you guys can just start hitting our Twitter page as soon as you hear it. Robert Horry versus Ray Allen. Who's more clutch?
I like that one.
You know me. I'm going with Ray from the Bay Bay.
I generally would too, but Robert Horry is like cemented in Laker lore. Like
not even that. He's cemented. It's called the Robert Horry bar, like meter of clutchness.
He still did it when he went with the Spurs and everything. I like that one.
So well, I'll put the verses up. You guys get to choose. Leave your comments for this week, and then you already know you can. I'll start both polls right after the episode, so you guys can catch up with us and vote. All right, so let's move on to the top five that are alive, Danny.
Okay.
I think this is kind of self-explanatory. I mean, you guys can comment and send us your top fives on Twitter. It's right there. Boom. You know, you guys should also press that like and subscribe button. Yeah. I mean, if you don't, then
How dare you?
bastard.
So yeah, like you said, it's self-explanatory, at least with the top two.
Yeah.
Jordan, Kobe, and then the bottom three, I got Ray Allen, Jerry West, and Reggie Miller. Plain and simple.
Jordan, Kobe. We both matched on that. Reggie at 3. Clyde Drexler, and then Ray Ray. Now my honorable mention, which a lot of people will probably lose this shit, like where was he? Why was he? Dwayne Wade. It was hard to choose between Dwayne Wade and Wade and Drexler and Reggie. Reggie just he did something special. You know what I mean, right? And then Ray did something more special.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, I know Wade was one of the best ever, but I think Clyde's impact was a little bit more.
100%.
I mean, if Wade never had LeBron in his career, I probably would have put Wade above Drexler.
And if you didn't have Shaq in 06, he doesn't win that ring either.
Yeah, but for the fact of it, but D Wade owned that fucking series. That wasn't prime Shaq.
No, but Shaq was a big part of what helped get them there. And if you take him out the equation, or if you take Wade out the equation, or any of their other additions going into that year, I don't think they get that far. I really don't.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Well, they're definitely going to the playoffs.
Yeah, 100%.
I think more on the end of Wade than Shaq at that point.
Yeah, they definitely still win the East. They're definitely still a top 2 or 3 seed.
Yeah, but at least Shaq, when he came, right, he was like, oh, it's barbecue chicken time. I'm going to come to Miami, and I'm going to win one. And you're like, all right, Shaq, I can fucking, I can agree with that in a sense. All right, one's good. One is good. But then you have... Oh, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9.
You stupid.
You know what I mean? You're just being fucking stupid. So that's our top 5 dead or alive. If you got a problem with it, I don't know. Talk to yourself about it.
Kick rocks.
Or pounds is salt.
Yeah.
All right, I have a problem on my end with my webcam. It froze throughout all that shit. All right, so let's move on to the NFL news, Danny.
All right. So I guess just the two biggest things are really what's going on with Kyler and Lamar. Kyler, from what I was reading, him and Arizona are getting closer to a contract extension because I heard rumors that he was at mandatory minicamp, and if he wasn't there, there'd be more likely of a chance that he's not going to get a contract extension done. But because he was there, from what I read, the people close to him and everything think that a contract extension is coming soon. And how dare you, Arizona? You better not give this kid $250. But they're probably gonna just to keep him around. Yeah, you just cut out. I could see you, but the volume.
Look, if Arizona would just be transparent with us, like, look, we're kind of in the shitter here with this kid, and we're just, we're going to be honest with you. And
I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
okay, we get it. All the moves that have been made, everything that's happening, it's kind of justifiable.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
So, let's just hope on Arizona's sake that it's not 250, and let's hope that it's 190
At least.
at least, right? Something you can wrap your head around. Like, all right, it's not gonna fucking, we still have assets, right? They did trade a first round pick for Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, this year.
Still not worth 190.
No, I'm not giving a first round pick for Marquise Brown. Sorry.
No, and I'm just saying, Kyler, you're still not worth 190.
No. I mean, now Lamar.
Still no.
No.
And from what I'm hearing, there's no word on a contract extension yet.
No.
And I found out that he represents himself.
Yeah, hold on.
Like, really?
I commend you for representing yourself. I commend you, right? I'm not. That's ballsy within itself, right? Especially for you to like learn that on the side while you're playing football on how to represent yourself. I think who else did it? It's Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner has been doing that since day one, since he was in the league.
Bobby Wagner was fucking knocking heads off since damn near day one.
Well, his contract, let's be honest, is a little bit simpler to negotiate than the likelihood of a quarterback. That's easy. I mean, I commend him for that. Like I said, I can't break the 180, 190 mark with you guys. Look, I know
No.
the value is up there, okay? And there's nothing I can do about it. That's what it's presidented at. And we've been saying it the whole episode. Look, they're stupid. I'm not going to be stupid. So this is what I have for you. You are still under contract of your rookie deal. Now,
Right.
that's what's on the table, right? We can't go lower from here unless, I don't know, you do, barring whatever happens, right?
Unless you have a real shitty year.
Or shitty years to finish out the contract, right? Where I could kind of like bump the number down. But if you play to the caliber that you've been playing, you finish the contract, then maybe it's more justifiable for me to be like, okay, I'll give you the 210. You know? At least working with him. Because like you said, he's representing himself. So now it's not like you're talking to, whatever fucking other white guy that's, out there fucking with agency or whatever the fuck it is. You're talking to that guy who's an asshole who knows I'm trying to squeeze every little fucking bit because he gets a commission off that. He don't get the
Right.
whole pie, but he gets commission. Now with Lamar representing himself, all that money go right to him.
Yeah.
So it's a little different.
I mean, look, if you're going to say 210, that 210 better come with a Super Bowl appearance.
Within that time of that contract, 100%.
I'm not saying you have to necessarily win it,
But you got to get us there. But now, I do agree Lamar, in a sense, deserves that money more than Kyler.
Yeah, because 100%.
Yes, Lamar's been hurt that last year, right? And when he played, they predominantly won their games.
But he's just a better quarterback in general.
Yeah.
That's me. You don't have to agree. You don't have to like it. But I think Lamar is a way better quarterback than Kyler.
Well, asshole, that'd have been a great hater to love it.
Well, I'm just
I'm just saying.
that didn't pop up in my head, but I say I see and I feel that Lamar is a better quarterback than Kyler.
Yes. Right now, yes, I'll say it. For the fact of, I don't know. Lamar's just a better, I guess, more athletic. Can do more.
He just looks better when he's out there. He just looks like he fits the part. I'm not saying Kyler looks like shit, but I mean, look at how the last 2 years have ended for Arizona. Start off so good. I bet if that's Lamar and the Ravens, yeah. If that's Lamar and the Ravens, and they kind of like they're not gonna fall down into the crap of that far.
They're too much of an established franchise. They already know what they're doing, and they have a good head coach. Even if they move on from him after this year or the next year, right?
Yeah,
they're gonna get another.
They always
solid.
have a good defense.
Always have a good defense. They draft predominantly very well, so I don't think it's that much of an issue. The Cardinals, on the other hand,
Their bright, their shiniest moment in team history is 2008.
with Kurt Warner.
Take that away, and what have you done?
Not much. Not much.
Who have you drafted? Larry? Okay, Larry.
Hey,
No,
hey,
it's not
hey.
Larry, but it's like really Larry.
Anquan Bolden?
Two guys.
You're such a dick.
Come on now. Prove me wrong. If,
Two guys. Two. What a fucking asshole. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can find more guys.
I mean, they've done shit, and even if they have drafted more than two guys that are prominent guys, they've done shit. Shit every year.
Pat Tillman.
He wasn't around long enough. No offense.
Antrell Roll. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. Patrick Peterson. Tyrann Mathieu. Carson Palmer. Oh no, he's just Calais Campbell.
Okay, so you got me on the players thing, but I mean, even with all that, what the fuck have they done over the course of their franchise?
No, they haven't done shit. All right. Look, I get it. I get it.
Daddy, chill.
So.
All right. So, barring their moves, I would say those are going to be probably the two biggest moves to come to this season. Besides Deshaun and that news, whatever is going to transpire from that fucking situation going on in Cleveland with Deshaun. But we'll find out. Now, it was just announced from the family of Demaryius Thomas that he had stage 2 CTE. So
Yes.
I don't know what this is gonna do or what's gonna happen from this. How their family is gonna approach it. But that was basically why we're referencing it. It was to my hate it or love it, as in professional sports should offer or include lifetime health care for their athletes.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that the NFL can't say, well, I'm not giving a guy who plays 1 year fucking health care for life. Understandable, right? But if he plays more than 3 years in your league, he should have lifetime health care.
Even if it's not lifetime health care, there still should be more health plans implemented
Or offered to them through the NFL's player union.
Like it'll start off at a very minimal base level for rookies and guys that are working their way. As you're progressing, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, you're gonna be allowed more opportunities to have more protection, and the team is gonna get protected more, as far as contracts and whatnot and all that stuff. So there should at the very minimal be something there, and I get it. You're playing football, you know what you're signing up for.
Yeah.
But it's like,
first of all, I just want to say,
I mean, how many guys have been popping up lately that they're fucking...
A lot of them this year. Marion Barber, you know what I mean? A couple guys that, have been popping up just dead. And it's very sad. I mean, rest in peace to all the gentlemen that have passed this year. I don't remember what they said for Marion Barber. They did say he had CTE as well. So...
Well, let's just say how many have died from CTE that maybe weren't as prominent names as those guys, but they were kind of like swept under the rug type of thing. I'm willing to bet that there's probably more.
Now, but the NFL does have an argument in the sake of, like, you know what it is, Danny, like you just said it. When you play football, at a certain age, about 13, 14, you know what it is. You know what this game entails. Right? Why should I have to pay for your decision when you were 13? You know what I mean? So, say you had not one concussion throughout your NFL career, but you had 4 or 5 when you played college and high school. Why do I have to be liable for that?
Yeah.
Which is a justifiable argument when you look at it through the eyes of the business scope, because these gentlemen are not employees; they are assets.
Yeah.
They are depreciating assets. Now you can build them, but it's always going to depreciate. So the 3 years, maybe even you can go 5 years. You got to play in the league 5 years minimum, right? To get the lifetime health care offer through the players union, right? Which is fixated with the deal between the league with the owners of how much they're going to shell out for a health care program. In a sense, they already have a healthcare program with their trainers and doctors and shit like that, yes, but it goes with their family as well, and for after football.
Yeah. At least cover the funeral expenses and shit like that.
No, but cover all my brain scans, cover
Or stuff like that. Yeah.
actual fucking healthcare, a healthcare plan. There's no reason why no athlete that plays in a sport for a certain amount of time shouldn't have a healthcare plan.
It's like, okay, it's like how he was saying, oh, you know what you're signing up for, granted, right? Now, I get it. You're making millions of dollars and all of this and all that, but what about, there's plenty of jobs out there that are super dangerous. Now, I'm sure if you go to these jobs and you go to these companies and you look at their guidelines, the contracts you sign, and like, I'm sure their health plan is really good. Like IMTT, right over, not far from where we live.
Yeah.
And
Or fucking the coal miners, or the guys that do the ice road trucking, or
I'm sure their insurance is really good.
Yeah.
So it's like, I get it. They're not making millions of dollars and they're not playing a physical sport, but we can give these guys good insurance.
Why can't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now, granted, in those jobs, it may just be a one-day thing where it could vary. You could be, 1 year in, just for example, an ice road trucker, right? 1 year in, and you go over the ice, and your fucking your truck sinks, and you die, right?
Yeah.
Or you could be doing it for 40 fucking plus years, and then it happens. With football, in a sense, it's like, look, this is almost like guaranteed to happen until the technology of the equipment catches up.
Yeah.
Right?
Which,
so,
yeah.
Like you just brought up before, which you made a great point. How many no-name players have it?
And died from it.
Or are going to, God rest.
Yeah.
That they're going to sweep under the rug, and we won't even know because we never even heard of the guy.
And like I said, I'm willing to bet my top dollar that there's a lot more on that list than we know about.
Well, now, I still haven't seen the movie with Will Smith in it.
You definitely should see that.
Yeah, I have to, and we'll touch on it next week. I'll watch it probably tonight. I forget what it's called, but I'll look it up. Concussion. Oh, well, yeah, that's fucking elaborate.
Yeah, right?
I'm an idiot. We're talking about concussions. I wonder what's the name of the movie where everybody gets a concussion. All right, so we're going to dive into this kind of quick. All right. Division winners. So we'll go through it together, and we'll start with the AFC. We'll do the AFC West. Start out hard.
Okay.
No homo. Who do you got?
Top to bottom, Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders.
So you have Chargers taking it?
Yep.
All right, I got the Chargers as well. Pretty much same thing. Let's go AFC North.
I got the Bengals taking it. But
that division is in a fucking flux right now.
If Watson plays, they could finish as high as 2, but I don't see the Bengals getting dethroned.
No, I got the Bengals, Ravens, Pittsburgh, Browns.
Yeah.
Let's go AFC East.
Bills, Patriots, Dolphins, Jets.
Patriots, Bills, Jet. No, hold on. Let me do this over again. Okay. Patriots, Miami, Buffalo, and the Jets.
I think you're smoking crack. I do. Maybe not so much the Patriots, but you got Miami ahead of Buffalo. I think you're out of your mind. I think you've been out there in the sun too long. I think you're a fish flopping in water, flopping on the fucking sand because it's fucking got washed up on sea. Fucking flop, fucking half dead and shit. Give him some water. He needs some water.
I'm kind of retarded.
I think that's a big stretch.
Look, the reason why I'm saying that is it's just for this year, okay? I got a feeling this division, now the Jets, we discussed it before, I'll put them in fourth. This division, besides the Jets, which they're catching up as well, the Patriots are here. Didn't take them long to be back, okay?
No, they never really went anywhere.
Yeah, so they could trump Buffalo for it. It's a possibility, right?
And they almost did last year.
Exactly. So now Miami getting that much better. We have to see how it plays out. Now on paper, the way I'm looking at it, I think they can. Because Buffalo has a difficult schedule just as anybody else in the league.
Yeah.
So depending how they play it out, they could find themselves in third. That's why I said it like that. All right.
Okay, so real quick, do those top three teams in that division, do each one have 10 wins?
Yeah, at least. They all have to have 10 wins. So it's going to be like I said, the Jets will be teetering with that 7 to 9 mark, right? Just hear me out. Hear me out. So we'll put them at 7 and 10, okay? Put Buffalo at 10 and 7. Put Miami at 11 and 6, and then put the Patriots at 12 and 5. That division is going to come down to that last 3-week stretch, where I think Buffalo could lose a pivotal game, which will fuck them.
Because they have, as good as they are, they have the ability to lose a game they shouldn't.
Exactly, which they proved last year. There was games where it's like, yo, what the fuck are you doing?
They should have easily been 13-4 last year.
Basically, if you're a betting man, you would essentially look at the games and would take that like, oh, Buffalo minus 13, and they're losing by 20. They basically pulled a Jason Tatum in fucking in football. All right, AFC South.
Colts, Titans, Jags, Texans. Now, it's nothing against the Titans, but is the defense going to perform like it did last year? What are you going to get out of Derrick Henry? What's Ryan Tannehill going to be like? And honestly, the Colts winning that division is if you're right on your predictions for fucking Taylor, but also because I feel like Matty Ice has got one shot left in him. I'm not saying to win the Super Bowl, but definitely capture that division, and hey, maybe they catch lightning on the bottle.
I mean, like we're doing this off the top right now, right? Well, I'm doing it off the top, so I'm like hearing you and then hearing myself in my head, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, all right, I hear what you're saying, and that's a valid point. Tennessee, depending on that draft pick, right, that they replaced A.J. Brown with, if he's another A.J. Brown, like kind of off the rip, or anything close to like a CeeDee Lamb in such way, I think Tennessee takes it, right? That's barring that. But I will agree, Colts, Titans, Jags, Texans. But watch out for the Jags. Watch out for the Jags. Just watch. I'm not saying win the division. Just watch. Watch out for them. They're going to be sneaky fucks. All right. NFC, and we'll go the same way we went around America. We'll go west, north, east, south. All right, so NFC West.
I have scroll down just a tad bit so I can see that. Rams, Seahawks, Niners, Cardinals.
No.
The Niners are not going to be that playoff team they were last year.
Yeah, they will, because they'll be healthy.
And we'll see.
And they potentially may trade Jimmy before that and let Trey Lance take the reins. Now, if that's the case, then I won't be mad if they can flux between the 2 and the 3.
Even with Jimmy, I don't see it again.
All right. So I have it definitely Rams, Niners, Seahawks. No. Rams, Niners, Cardinals, Seahawks.
The Cardinals, I mean, as not saying he's super good, but as good as Kyler is and as young as he is and everything, I got a feeling you're gonna see a lot of regression from that team this year.
Oh yeah, as a whole, but I think from his standpoint, he can keep them competitive. That's why I had them in third. I mean,
I see them at like a 7-10, maybe 8-9. And you figure you got the Niners that are probably going to finish around about the same thing, 7-10, 8-9. I think the Seahawks are a sneakier team than people are giving them credit for.
well,
Pete
I think
Carroll's defense,
I think Gino's gonna win that job.
most
So
likely.
now,
Yeah.
stranger things have happened, where, in a sense, we can see Geno Smith go to San Francisco, right, and Jimmy G goes to Seattle.
You think they do that? They're the in division rivals. I can't see that happening.
Could be a Debo Samuel thing too, and a DK Metcalf.
I,
Because Pete Carroll likes those Percy Harvins
yeah,
and those Tyler Lockett's. Stranger things have happened.
they have indeed.
San Francisco essentially does want to get rid of Jimmy because they invested a lot to trade up to get Trey Lance, so they may want to just take that step. Seattle's really looking for a starting quarterback. Now, who would you want to have back up fucking Trey Lance? Geno Smith. Same type of quarterback. Fits your system.
Yeah.
Just saying.
No, I feel
Just
you.
saying. All right, let's move on to the North. Your division, buddy.
Mhm.
What it is.
Packers, Vikings, Bears, Lions. I understand everything you talked about last year, what happened to Devontae and how they lost to the Niners and not having Devontae, but that's Aaron Rodgers, bro. And I'm not gonna fight that. And honestly, you know me, I am not a fan of Kirk Cousins. I like the new regime. I like the moves that they've made. I'm not crazy about how they handled the draft, but I'm not a Cousins fan, and there's no way he's competing with AR to win that division. Kiss my ass.
All right. Green Bay. Detroit. Minnesota and Chicago.
I could even see that too.
Now, I'm not saying they'll all be shit. I think they're all like except Green Bay. Green Bay is going to be that, 11-6, 12-5.
Yeah,
Whereas Detroit will float between the 7 and 9 wins, right?
maybe 6-11.
Yeah, right. No, well, like I'm just saying, floating between 7 to 9 wins, right?
Yeah,
I could see. No, I'm just saying, I could see
I know, it's-
2 through 4 floating between. All right, floating between 6 and 8. Is that better? Those three teams floating between 6 and 8 wins.
Yeah. I agree. I can see that.
All right, so the NFC East.
Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, Redskins. Like I say, year in and year out, it's the Cowboys division to lose. And that team has too much talent to put the Eagles or the Redskins or the Giants ahead of them. No. If they don't win again this year, yeah, I'm gonna laugh at them like, hey, y'all are idiots. Y'all got all this talent and an owner who's got a lot of money, and y'all can't win. So, but it's your division to lose.
All right. I just wanted to pull the record back here. 100% I agree with you. Right? It is the Cowboys division to lose. But I have the Eagles, Cowboys, Redskins, Giants. The reason why I say that is on paper right now, Philly just looks better. Offensive wise. Because they know their identity, right? I'm just saying offensive wise. I already know what I'm getting from Dak. We just took one of his number one targets and shipped it off for a 5th round pick.
Yeah,
So we
but
have CD,
who I think is more talented than any receiver that the Eagles have.
Michael
Great.
Gallup and James Washington. A.J. Brown. So you say CD's better than A.J. Brown. Right now, no. A.J. Brown is better than CD. CD
I
better
would
than
disagree.
Devontae Smith?
I would disagree.
100%.
Yes, I get, AJ's, pedigree and everything, but he's at the end of his career. If
No. He's still got like 4 or 5 in him.
I would, I kind of disagree on that. I think he's definitely towards the back end of his career, but
He's in his plateau years.
and then you got to figure, yes, you're not a fan of Dak or you're not a fan of Zeke, but I mean, honestly, your line's not going to be an issue, and you can get a really good year out of Deke and Zach, and then you have that defense, and you arguably have one of if not potentially soon to be the best defensive player in the league in Michael Parsons.
Granted, and Stephon Diggs, one of the best corners.
So
100%. I just...
like I said, there's just too much talent overall for me to even want to fight that, even if I wanted to.
I said, it's the Cowboys' division to lose. But on paper right now, the way it looks, the Eagles look better. Right? They found their identity. They run the ball. So now we know people are going to stack the box. But they already addressed that problem. I got a number 1 in A.J. Brown, and I drafted a number 1 last year in Devontae Smith. So he's going to further develop to complement both of them. I still got Goddard, who's a pretty good tight end. I got a good running game. And with the Cowboys, when you watch the first 7 games of the season, it's like, yo, we're going to the shit. And then
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
every fucking year, here we go again.
I feel you, but I can't pass up all that talent that Dallas has, and I'm like, yo, when are you guys gonna get it together?
100%. I don't disagree.
Yeah.
But me playing that soundboard of, oh, shit, here we go again, nothing's changed, Danny. Now, if we had went to a Super Bowl in the past 10 years, then I could fight saying nothing's changed.
Well, who's your offensive coordinator this year?
Kellen Moore.
Still?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, y'all are definitely fucked.
So, once again,
You know what? Because I didn't really know that because I haven't followed you guys. Because that, I'll definitely switch Eagles and Cowboys because of that. How do you have a guy that was a shit quarterback in the league, your offensive coordinator? That doesn't make sense.
dude, all I have to say is because just of that, it's like I said, it's going to start the same way. 7 weeks up, and then fucking Nade just blows everything to shit. Something. Dak will have a calf strain. CD will fucking break his toenail. Something. You can ask any Cowboy fan. We were talking about it the other day. There is no gray area to us when it comes to Super Bowls, right?
It's either
It's either we're the
up there
best or we're not. That's it. And the Cowboys fans that are alive in the 70s that seen it and in the 90s, you know it.
Yeah.
You know it halfway through the season. Dude, no one's
can-
fucking with us. It's a wrap.
But
Now-
then something happens midway through, and y'all are just like, yeah, we don't want to play no more, or whatever it is, or you guys just really start getting exposed. Your weaknesses really start getting exposed.
Yeah. Like, now everybody was like, oh, respect San Francisco. I'm like, I can't respect San Francisco. I already know their game plan. Debo, Samuel. And then a peppering of everybody else. And running the ball. Keeping
Right.
Jimmy safe in his decisions. Right? On
Yeah.
offense, Kellen Moore. I mean, for Cowboy fans, I'm sorry.
We've been tricked. We've been backstabbed. And we've been quite possibly bamboozled.
I have nothing more to say. Unless things play out a different way, that's the way I see it. Let's go on to the NFC South.
All right. I have the Buccaneers, the Saints, Panthers, and Falcons.
I got the Bucks, Saints, Falcons, Panthers.
Well, I mean, I did write Panthers 3, and this was prior to finding out that they traded for Baker. But, no,
Yeah,
they
but
suck regardless.
like we said it weeks ago. I would have rather seen Baker go to Seattle. I didn't want to see him go to Carolina just for the simple fact that Robbie Anderson bullshit, and then you've allocated so much money to fucking Sam Darnold. Now you're gonna have to allocate money to him, and then that other backup Mills.
Yeah.
So it's like, so now you know 100%. Put it in the fucking book. They'll trade. They're gonna trade Christian McCaffrey before that deadline.
For this season?
Yes, 100%. Even they may. It's a possibility they may trade him before the season starts. That's way too much money. Ooh. Seattle gets Darnold and McCaffrey for Metcalf.
No.
If I'm Seattle, I think I bite.
No, I'd rather have because even though he's gonna compete with Drew Lock, I'd rather have Geno as my starting quarterback.
Yeah, I know, but
Honestly.
but Darnold backs up Geno. You could just keep Lock for this season and kick him to
Yeah,
the curb next.
but then even with that, that's not a safe bet because let's just say fucking Geno goes down. Well, now y'all are definitely fucked because I don't have any faith in Darnold.
They were fucked from the beginning. I'm just saying. So
No,
they
I know, yeah.
so they
But
can avoid the big contract with Metcalf, and then you're getting possibly depending on how the rest of his career goes, a Hall of Fame running back in Christian McCaffrey, right?
maybe.
Maybe. So you solve your running game problem. You have a decent enough quarterback that can come out there and just compete in Sam Darnold, right? As you rebuild your defense and everything else.
Not compete, but at least he's serviceable if he's healthy.
Well, it depends. If he can get that Legion of Boom back in such a way, hey, like we said, we've seen stranger things. Trent Dilfer, other average quarterbacks win Super Bowls.
Yeah, but like I said, Dilfer was not the reason why the Ravens won that year. Granted, you have to score points.
Well, what about Matt
Okay.
Hasselbeck with the Seattle Seahawks with Sean Alexander? They had a great defense. They had okay wide receivers. They had Sean Alexander. Matt Hasselbeck ain't nobody special.
No, he's better than Dilfer, but you ran into Tom Brady.
No, they ran into Pittsburgh.
No, they lost to Brady in the Super Bowl. Panthers.
I'm talking about Seattle, my friend.
Oh,
I'm talking about Seattle with.
Oh,
You're thinking of Jake Delhomme.
Yeah.
You're thinking of
okay.
Jake Delhomme. Jake
Right.
Delhomme was better than all of them.
Yeah.
You know that. But
Okay. Right.
from the
right.
Seattle point of view, Matt Hasselbeck wasn't shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And either on both sides. They had Jake Delhomme. They had defense. They had Steve. But they had players around these guys where it could be done.
Yeah. Nah.
All right, what's the Super Bowl prediction?
Well, I remember I originally took Seattle weeks and weeks and weeks ago, but I'm definitely retracting that statement. Yeah.
Well, that was barring. I'm going to pull them up now because I have the sticky notes. But that was prior Russ.
Yeah. I'd like to see the Bengals win, and I would love to see the Chargers or anybody out the West win. But I'm gonna ride it until he retires or gets traded, or until that team starts to diminish. The Buffalo Bills out the AFC. Buffalo needs to fucking win one. One.
All right, so who they playing in the NFC?
Either the Packers or the Bucks.
Wow.
Yeah, because I think Aaron's due for one more Super Bowl appearance within this new 4-year deal, and Tom Brady's Tom Brady, so I'm not gonna leave anything out. The Rams, no way they repeat back to back, and at least getting back there another year in a row. And I honestly, as talented as Dallas is, until they show me otherwise, there's nobody capable of coming out the East. So, but I would probably lean more towards Buffalo, Tampa Bay, because it's Tom fucking Brady.
Yeah, but for that sake, all right. So you had NFC, you had Seahawks and Green Bay, AFC Buffalo and Baltimore. You had your Dick of the Year, AFC Oakland, and NFC San Francisco. Mine was I had Green Bay and Dallas, New England and Buffalo, Dick of the Year, San Diego, and then Philly. So I'll keep it Green Bay and Dallas, and I'll keep it New England and Buffalo. No. San Diego and Buffalo. I'll keep Dick of the Year, San Diego still. I'll keep Philly the Dick of the Year.
Okay. Okay. I'm re-editing my picks for this.
All right. So before we close out the show, we're gonna do our funny and hard name segment.
All right.
All right. So you want to lead us off?
Sure. All right. So, the first one, God's gift, Achua. He didn't play in the NBA, but he's a Nigerian basketball player that he played for St. John Red Storm.
Wait. You said his name is God Bless Achua?
God's gift, Achua.
Oh,
I don't know.
I thought you really said God Bless Achua. I'm like, yo, did he really just say? Did he pull like Achua? God bless you. You know what I mean? Did he just?
Slick Watts.
Slick Watts?
Slick Watts. Slick Watts.
Slick Watts.
He played for the Supersonics, and he was one of the first players in the NBA at that time to shave his head. I don't know. When I picked him, I looked him up, and that was a little tidbit that they gave on him. So
Okay.
yeah. And then this guy, his original name was Lloyd Be Free, but he changed his name to World Be Free. He played for the Sixers and a couple of other teams, but I'm like,
that's Meta World Peace's father. 100%.
Yeah.
So that's Meta World Peace's father.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
You
Congratulations, you played yourself.
like really? All right. I'll lead with my my funny one. Cannonball Titcomb. Now he played for the Philly Quakers and the Rochester Broncos back in like the 1890s to like the 1910s. Now the story around him is essentially now his name was what the fuck was it called? I got it here somewhere. It was Lehigh. No, Lettle.
Lettle?
Yeah, or Lidl. Lidl Titcomb. That's even worse.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, you little Titcomb.
So Lidl Titcomb and then to Cannibal Titcomb. So now I searched the archives and shit, or just Google, what may have you, and an article popped up where the guy who was looking into him couldn't find where they were referencing how he got the name Cannonball. But then it finally came out, the reason why he got that name, because he threw so hard at the time that they used to set up planks of wood, right, for him to throw at. And he would throw so hard that he would split the board in half. So that's how he got the name Cannonball.
Interesting.
Now, all right. I even have the pronunciations here for me, so I can attempt to fucking say this. Okay. So I'm going to give the first shot just right off, no pronunciation. Adeni Hachararaya.
Adeni Hechavarria. Baseball, man. I know.
Oh. Well, thank God you knew. Because I was going to go Adeni Hechavarria.
Adeni Hechavarria.
Adeni Hechavarria. Because, like, in the pronunciations, they have a VR there. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to interpret what a VR is?
Yeah.
Virtual reality? So it's Adini Hechu VRia. Alright, Erisbel Ruabarina.
I don't know.
I'll give it the pronunciation. Erisbel Aru Bararina.
Spell that.
All right, Erisbel.
E-E-L
Yeah,
or B-E-L?
Erisbel.
Oh, B-E-L.
Arruebarrena.
I see it. All right.
He played for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
So Iris Bell Arua
Pro-
Barrena.
It's probably Arubarena. I mean, I could be wrong, but looking
Arubarena.
at it, and it's probably more like Arubarena or Rubarera or something
Aruba,
like that.
Jamaica. Ooh, I
Kinda.
wanna take it to Bermuda, Bahama. Come on,
Oh,
pretty
pretty
mama.
mama.
Tiago, Montego, baby, then when we go to the Coco. That's where we wanna go. We wanna go to Kokomo. Alright. Thank you guys for joining us. Hope you guys enjoy the show. The polls will be up in a little bit. Let us know. And we'll see you guys next week for our final episode on Wednesday. Your boy Danny here got a better job. So,
Schedule is changing.
schedule is changing once again, but it's probably just going to stay fit for the time being. It's going to be Saturdays at about, we haven't decided yet, either it's going to be 1 or 2. So,
Sometime in the afternoon.
yes, it'll be sometime in the afternoon. It'll be a little bit more easier. The show may go on a little longer depending on what's going on in sports and what we have going on. So like I said, it's been real, it's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun. Everybody, enjoy your day.